Good morning, everybody. Hope you're all well today. The lighting isn't great on this lot, but anywho, we can work with that. Welcome in, welcome in. I'm Velvet. Thanks for joining me today. We are going to be building live in The Sims 4. We're doing a bit of live building, and today we're going to be building a pool complex. But not only is it a pool complex, it's going to be a fairy pool complex because the fairy pack has come out, the Enchanted by Nature pack has come out, and I want to build some fairy stuff. So this is actually a shell for the little build my shell Vel kind of challenge, where people make a shell and I build it, long story short. And we're turning the shell that we started last time we were building into a pool complex that's pink and white, because not only is it a shell, but chat gets to choose some of the things that are happening in the build. And one of those things was to choose the colors, which is pink and white, and the other thing was to choose the type of build, which is a pool complex. So this is a thing that's up on the gallery, and so if you look up the hashtag #VelshShell, you'll see like some lovely shells up there for me to take care of, you know, to build a little something with. And the one that we're working on at the moment is the Levels of Revenge shell by Sticky Sims. And you know, it's an interesting one. We've got a big hole, we've got like different levels, we've got basements, all that sort of thing. So it's definitely a challenge, but you know what, a pool complex I think really suits this shell. So I'm excited to kind of get into it and see how this kind of, you know, works out. So I'm just gonna play around with the roofing a smidge and see if we can get like a cool little shape, and see if we can bring in the fairy into a pool complex, which I think is an interesting challenge. An interesting challenge indeed. But it's going to be fun. I think we're going to be able to find like a whole lot of fairy-like stuff that we'll be able to bring into this. Good morning, Shaz. How are you? No, I didn't sleep well, but I'm fine. Thank you. How did you get on? Did you sleep all right? I slept like trash, but that's okay. We can live with that. No, you definitely didn't miss anything since last time I was building this shell. It's all the samey same as far as that goes. So yeah, we still have this lovely shell. I'm getting straight into doing a little something with it. I feel like I need a little more something at the front as well, so we can add a little bits and pieces in there. We'll see how we get on, but yeah, I'm delighted to get back into this and maybe finish our cute little shell that we've been creating. And because we've got the Enchanted by Nature pack now, I'm just going to dig into that and make that work for us, because I wants to build with all the cute fairy things because they're so pretty. And because it's all pink and white, right, the build, I figured, you know what better pack than the fairy pack to be all like pink and white and stuff. So I think that's going to be really amazing. Why won't that do it? Oh, is it there? Shoot, hang on. Just double checking there isn't a basement under there. Okay, there isn't. There's little basements everywhere. But what I'm doing at the moment is I'm just going to create like a little toddler pool. Do the best I can with that. Don't know if that's going to go any wider. No, I think it's going to conflict. I think there's a basement or something under there. But yeah, I do know how to create like a little sort of splash pool for the toddlers. But it's just a little bit of a fiddly. But I kind of want to combine it with this big hole in the ground that we've got there. So turn it into, you know, like a little pool of some description going in there. No, it's not gonna. It ain't gonna work. That's fine. So yeah, that's what we're kind of working on at the moment. We'll turn it into a cute little pool complex, I think. It'll be fun. Oops. Just delete that. That'll work. Shaz, I'm good, thanks, son. Sorry to hear that. I didn't fall asleep until 1 AM, but I had 4 hours sleep, so I'm good with that. You just reached 25k points. Yay! Halfway there. Fantastic. You're making your progress. That's always good. So with this pack, I'm actually not doing this as a limited pack build. So in terms of the build itself, it is what it is as far as packs go. But I will be doing a lot of the Enchanted by Nature pack for sure. I definitely want that in there. So to create the little toddler pool, this is the method that I know of, and I'm sure there's other methods, but this is the method that I know of and I have used before, is basically you want to do this down, I think 2. I'm going to go square. And like go down by 2, lift it down, and then down, and then it should slope down. I'm actually going to need a toddler to playtest this. Definitely going to need a toddler to playtest that, so we might have to go get ourselves a little toddler to come and playtest it. But if we have like a little slope going down, in theory, the idea is that we have the water and it kind of lifts up in there. And then the idea is I kind of want to make this a pool that kind of connects here. And then we'll do like, all of my fences disappeared. That's fine. And then we'll do like landscaping around and bits and pieces like that. So it'll, you know, it all works and looks like it's kind of all flowing into each other. This is my idea. Anywho. So we'll see how it turns out. You know, you can but try, right? You can but try. But we'll do like little bits and pieces around here and we'll make it into like a right proper pool around the back. Like this is a pond. So maybe we could add like fishing or something in there, and then that's sort of a pool, and we'll decorate that, and we'll have the fencing, and you know, bits and pieces like that. It'll be fun. Good morning, Nixie. Hi, welcome on in, my love. How you doing? Got some ads over on the tea. Okay. Okay. Ads it is. So yeah, this is kind of my little plan at this stage. So we'll see how this works out. Whoops. And running through like that. Okay, and then I can do like some bushes along there. That'll work nicely. So, you know, it looks like a whole little pool area, but we're going to have to go and get a toddler and test this out. Because if the toddler's not going to go splash in our pool, then we ain't got it right. So, yeah. It takes a little bit of play testing. So I'm going to get a little family that can come and splash around in our pool, and so we can play test with them. So that we're up in a screen at the moment, and we're over on this 40 by 30 lot over here is what we're building on today. So I did shift it. We were originally building in where were we building? Willow Creek. But I shifted it here because I wanted to build fairy stuff, so that's what I'm doing. Now I might grab this household. So I've already got lots of money. I forgot to turn it into a pool. Actually, that doesn't matter. Actually, that's quite handy. It's currently still a residential, so I just have to move them out before I turn it into a pool, and we should be good. Phew! This will be good for playtesting. How is everybody today? You doing all good? I'm going to crack right into my Coke. I was thinking about having a nice hot cup of miso soup, because it is freaking freezing here today. You know what? It's actually not so much that it's a cold day. It's like a sunny and blue sky outside. But the thing is, it's the wind. It's just one of those winds that's really, really cutting. Like it just cuts right through you. And yeah, the wind outside when I was walking the kids to school was just brutal. So yeah, it was so cold. Okay, get in there, and then we've got like a little toddler splash pool. Yay! It works. You can play in the pool, and it should be that the parent can dip the kid in there as well. Maybe that's for infant actually. I think. Oh, we should try that. We'll change them to infant age. Infant. There we go. They keep just getting younger and younger. Play in the water. It's been a while. Oh, I can't sit up by himself. Oh. Yeah, it works. It works. I'm just working out. Can I get them to be able to sit up? But I don't think I can add that, so that's fine. Let's just age them up. Back up to toddler. Oh no, teen. Whoops. Oopsie. Stuff that up. Reset. Sims command, set age, and toddler. There we go. Boom. Okay, they've decided that's too many age changes for that baby. Right, well maybe we can go get set down there. And get out of the way. You're going to have to get out of the way. Off you go. Nah, I've broken the baby. I don't know how to cheat that. I don't know how to cheat doing the milestones. I'm sure there is a cheat. But that's fine. It works. I know that it works. So, it's all good. I think if the toddler can get in there, the infant can get in there. So, I think we'll be fine. They're all good. So, yay! A little splash pool for our toddler works. So, that's good news. Good news indeed. So, we've got that working and we can get back to building our fairy pools. It's going to be nice. So, we did build a little bit last time around the place with little bits and pieces. So, we've got an outdoor seating area here. We've got a cafe that we're building. And then upstairs we're going to have a sauna and a gym. What's that sticking through the wall? Oh, it's the... it's the door. Okay. Maybe I can just go like this. Actually, where is it? Solve the problem. I'll do like a little platform there. And that'll solve my problem. Nobody can see it. Shh, it's a secret. Nobody can know about it. But you know what? That can work out okay. We'll have like a little, some sort of workout platform there. Nobody will have an idea that I've got a sticking up door under there. So we've got like a little workout area here. With our treadmills. We've got a sauna area. And we've got our bathroom. And I'm not quite sure what that is. Oh, of course that door's sticking through there. Man, it just gets more and more awkward. That's fine. I'm covering it up. I'm covering up our dirty secrets with platforms. It's fine. Shh, tell no one. Nobody saw a thing. Shh. It's fine. There we go. We can make that work. We can put something on there. Okay, our sins are covered up. It's great. And then upstairs. So we do have a couple of sections that I haven't added items to. So I think we're still working on what those sections will be. But obviously being a pool complex, we want to have majority. Actually, you know what? Upstairs, I think it's going to be, oh yeah, locker rooms. Okay, so we're going to have our locker rooms upstairs. So that's good. So that's kind of our pool complex idea. And now I've got to turn it into a fairy-like venue because I've decided that we're going to turn this fairy. And I do apologize for the lighting. I can't get it looking any better. I mean, there's that in evening. But the lights on some of these lots in Everdew are quite challenging to work with. So, you know, I don't know how we'll get on. But it is a little dim. I do realize that. It's okay. We can make it work. So we have our toddler splash pool. So I thought we could probably do like the cute little, you know, petals in the water thing happening around there. And we can do some of the Enchanted by Nature outdoor stuff. You know, outdoor landscaping. It'll be fun. You notice the lighting as well, Shaz? Yeah, it's a little challenging. It's fine. I mean, you can kind of work with it, but it's only on some lots, I've noticed, not all lots. But, yeah. It does make it a little hard to see necessarily as well as you would normally like when you are building. Okay, so we've covered up our little bits and pieces there. Love a good cover up with the bush. I might just run that through there, but I thought we could have a little cute play area here for the kids. For the little, you know, the young'uns. The young'uns could have a little play area. It would be quite cute and nice, and we can use the lovely pink fencing to go around here. Because, you know, it's so pretty. Gonna be our entrance area. So I'm gonna do some sort of entrance, but I haven't decided on what yet. And And then we can kind of go switch to that. And that's going to maybe be our kid play area, which will be fun. I don't know what I'm doing with this as yet. I'm just going to move that in because I'm not sure if I'm going to keep that or not. But that's fine. So we have our lovely archway. Going to bring that in there and then delete that. So that'll take us through to like our little kid area, which I think is really sweet. And I'm also thinking we can use this flooring. So the colors that we chose for this particular shell were pink and white, which is very convenient considering that it's so pretty and perfect for, you know, for fairies. You know, I think that's really lovely. And there we go. Let's see if we can get it across 3. It would be quite nice. Yes, I can. There we are. So we can do like a nice little play area for the kiddies, which I think will be really sweet. Oh, I should do a little sand pit, hey? That'll be quite nice. And then like the adults can kind of sit in there as well and do a little bit of swimming. So a splash area and swimming area. I mean, it's not a big swimming area, but it is a swimming area. And they will get in there and dip their toes, the old Simmeroos. So let's see, what have we got? Love it. And then I'm going to bring in the water. So it's going a little pink through there. You got a little bit of pink over there and a little bit of pink over there. Should I add, maybe we could add like a little bit of fishing over here as well. Just wondering the best way to do that. Maybe we can do like a platform across. And then a platform across there. Yeah, we can maybe do that. That might be quite nice. I was just trying to work out what was selling. It was the fencing that I had there. And then that can go across there like that. So I wonder if I need to bring that in more and we can fish right from there. Or if I need to tweak that. I don't know. Let's go and see about fishing. So we do that, and we've got debug on, so we're just going to go fish, and we'll bring up a lovely fishing thing. There we go. We can have a fishing hole. Hey, Clayton, welcome in. How are ya? Kiara. Marina. That means good morning. Good morning. You're still at work, but you're lurking? Fantastic. What about those little spa day stepping stones? Ooh. We should do those as well, shouldn't we? Oh, that's a good idea. Thank you. I'm already into the Coke. It's like 9 a.m. The Coca-Cola, I mean, not anything else. But yeah, I hope you enjoy your lurk while you're here, but great suggestions. So let's see. Let's instantly fly here. The fact that fairies can instantly fly to places is just fantastic for me. That's great for getting them around the place. Okay, put the baby down and then come here. Come here, let's see if we can fish. But yeah, the spa day stepping stones, great idea. Let's do them. Do what you gotta. Yeah, exactly. And how are you liking your shell so far? This is what we're turning it into, a pool complex for fairies. And this is the hole at the back. So I've turned it into a pond/pool area. Yay! That's a good challenge, this one, particularly with all the basement levels and everything like that. It does make it definitely challenging, but we do have our fishing hole. So we've got fishing, which is great. Let's look at these stones from Spa Day and see how I can use those. But it'd be quite cool to have like a little step thing across there. And then maybe we could put a little platform in there that's matching as well, which would be quite cute. And perhaps turn that into some sort of seating little nook or something. Yeah, this is your shell. Yeah, this one's your shell. So yeah, we're turning it into a pink and white pool complex for fairies. Rainbow, welcome in. Welcome in. How are you? So this is as far as we've gotten. I probably still need to adjust the roofing and decide what I'm doing there. Because I initially wasn't going to build this as a fairy one because the fairy pack wasn't out. But then we sort of had a couple of weeks in between. And the fairy pack's come out. And now it's like, now I want to build it as a fairy pool. So, yep. we've changed track a little bit with this one. And I'm there for it. Makes me very happy. So this is what we're doing. It's a lot of fun. And I haven't built a pool complex in a while. So, you know, I'm kind of quite delighted by that. I wish these things were whiter, you know, so they match like the top. But anyway, is what it is. Da, 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 da. You know, honestly, we don't really need that pool side. Let's maybe joint that there. And across there. So this little area here is like a little wading pool for babies. So we just play tested it. It's looking okay. I'll play test it again later after we've also built. But yeah, this is our little splash area for the kids, for the infants and the toddlers. So hopefully that works okay. Fairy pool is a brilliant idea. That's what I thought. Thank you. I thought that would be really cool. You know, just something a little different, and then I can still build with my fairy stuff that, you know, the way that I want to. Yeah, that one's better. So yeah, so ideally that's going to be a little splash pool right there, and I'm thinking I will turn this maybe into a teeny little tiny sand pit for the kiddos. I hope everyone is having a good week so far, Rainbow. Rainbow, I've had a good week so far. I'm currently on Tuesday morning, so it is 9:22 Tuesday morning here in New Zealand for me, and so far so good. Having a capital time. I'm doing a little bit of building in the Sims. I played some Sims last night as well on stream, and we were doing our Fairy Rags to Riches challenge, which was really cool, and I enjoyed it a lot. We had some good adventures. So that was fun. So I've been playing in a screen quite a lot at the moment, and I don't mind that at all. I'm there for it. So we've got a little sand pit right here, and we've got our wading pool for toddlers and for infants. We have like a little slide, or do like a little garden or something there, and we can have some seating. And then I'm just going to see about some stepping stones from Spa Day. You know what? I've never used those before. There's something I always forget about. So, you know, it's a good suggestion because it wouldn't have clicked in my brain to do it. So I love that. I don't know, do I want to have that up one? I think I want to have that up one. So the little stepping stones from Spa Day, which are this one here. Stony Goodness Slab. Let's see. Can we get that just running across? I don't know. Small or big? Maybe I need to do them a bit closer. Oops. And Clayton, also maybe a little tent or sunshade over the little kiddo area. Oh, I think that's a great suggestion. That's a very good idea. We'll definitely do that. And some seats for the parents to sit on as well. I think that is also a good idea. You know, very practical. I was going to do more like greenery around there, but it just turns out that it looks better without it. Are those stepping stones functional? I don't think so. They're not functional, right? Pretty sure they're not. Yeah, no, I really don't think they're functional, but that's cool. They don't have to be functional. It's fine. Oh, and a little swing. That would be nice as well, right? A nice, cute little swing. I think that would be really sweet. So we have like a really nice little kid area. So in debug, we should have a bucket and spade. So let's bring that up. And bring up a bucket and spade. Shares. I've not played a lot with Spa Build by. I play with it a lot, but that's actually one thing that I've just kind of ignored from that pack, and I don't know why. It's like a cool item, and I've just kind of ignored it. Just one of those random things that I just don't play with much, and it's a regret of mine. And I just want to say welcome into everyone. I hope you're doing well today and enjoying a little bit of building in The Sims 4. I'm Velvet, if you haven't met me before. I'm a streamer and YouTuber from New Zealand, and I am streaming across 2 platforms today as well. So if you do hear me you're chatting away to someone and you can't see who, that is why. But yeah, thank you for being here. It's much appreciated. It's a cold morning here. But you know what? It's going to be a cracker of a day. The sunshine is out. It's just the wind. It's just kind of ripping right through you. Oh man, I've forgotten what I know there's that little bucket, but there's another better bucket. There's a better bucket that's going to do the job. We're just going to find it. Got the little nesting blocks, so those might be cute there. Actually, you know what? I'm just going to add some proper toys, because I think that'll be cute in a little sand pit as well. So, you know, the kids can just frolic around. Okay, there they are. Yeah, they were here somewhere. Tool, what is that? Shovel and, okay, shovel and bucket. That's what they call. We'll get rid of that one. And we'll have the cute little bucket there. And I'll do another one in that corner. And I feel like I need something else under this fence just to kind of surround it a little bit, because, you know, it feels like they could just crawl out under there. So I want to add something else, but I might add just like a plant or something low-lying there. I think that'll be a good thing. And we'll add some little cute little toys. Adorable! 7:26 a.m. and it's 14 degrees where you are, Shaz. Oh my gosh. I don't know how cold it is here, but with the wind chill factor, it is cold. So I'd say we're definitely in the lower end of the spectrum of coldness with us. But it's not freezing, but it is cold. Oh, we can maybe do like a little wading pool as well. Have that over here. Or up here. With a sunshade over it. Oh, that's a good idea. Yay! Nix, you're going to exhausted, so you're going to lurk, probably fall asleep. Loves you. Thank you for being here, Nixie. And yeah, have some sleep, love. Rainbow, it's finally cooled down here a bit. It's like 16 degrees Celsius. Well, you know what? That's not too bad. Considering, like, it's been like, I know, very hot in the northern side of things. So, in the northern hemisphere. So, you know, the fact that it's only 16 degrees, I mean, that's quite balmy, really. Quite nice. Maybe have like the little toddler tree house or something. Oh, or we can put like the dollhouse in if we need to, but I don't know. Let's get in some shade. I think that'll be quite nice. We'll have like a little bit of shade, and I was thinking maybe some lounges for the parents. Yeah, those are going to fit nicely. We've got some lounges for the parents, and might just continue this fencing there, just like it's a little area. And a little bit of shelter. Got a step down there onto there. I mean, it's not functional, but it's fine. Yeah, it's amazing how much difference the wind can make when you're outside, and you know it's actually a decent day, but then you get outside and it's like you think, oh, beautiful sunshine, and then the wind just is like right through you, and then it's like hee hee, cold. So I mean, we can maybe do the little pergola. I wonder if I can shrink that down, shrink it down to toddler size. I wonder if that's still accessible. I hope so. Look at all the pretty enchanted things. Isn't this lovely? I'm so excited by this pack. I can't even with it. I just love it. Just wondering how the parents are going to get into the pool, because I've put the sand pit here. It occurs to me right now. But that's fine. I'm just going to put a ladder in, and then they can just climb in through the sand pit. Very practical. Very practical way of looking at this, but anywho. And of course, we're going to use the Riviera tree. Because, yes. But they can get in and out. It's fine. And then they've got the little pond over there. I don't know if I want to decorate that more or not. And then we've got an area over here I don't know what to do with. So we'll have to come up with something for that. Waiting area, pool, and we need some more cute things for the kids. With the pink. Yes. It's so cute, right? I think it's going to be adorable. I'm very excited by this and how this is sort of coming together. So let's have a look at our little kid accessories. So maybe we need like an yeah, like a sunshade over the sandpit, maybe. Let's have a look what our options are. Because, you know, shade is really good for the kidlies. You know, they need a little bit of shade. They don't want to be playing out in the direct sunlight. I feel like that's not good for them whatsoever. So, like, something like this from... I think I'm going to move that sandpit. I just feel like it's in the wrong spot. Okay. Let's just move it because I feel like, yeah, it's just in a silly spot, so... It was initially fine, and then I thought about it, and I realized, no, that's not so fine. Sorry, little sandpit. We're going to move you out of the way. I'm stuck on a house. But that's fine. Nothing wrong with fixing things up when you realize you've made a boo-boo. I mean, as far as boo-boos go, it's not a bad boo-boo as far as building boo-boos go, but, you know. Nonetheless, it is in an awkward spot, and I think it's going to be better there in the middle. There we are. So we'll get that all sanded again. So the kids will be able to play, like, with, you know, make sandcastles and stuff there as well, so that's going to be quite nice. Some beautiful sandcastles. And I will even that out with some sort of plant along there. Still undecided on that, but we'll look that up. So let's get rid of our little bit of fencing around there. Bye-bye fencing. And get that out. Okay, I feel like that's a little better. That's a little more sensible. The big one with the two triangular shades is called something like Sails. You found it the other day after searching for about half an hour. Thank you, Chaz. I don't want to go like super big with it, so I'll just use the smaller one right now. The bigger one might come in handy though elsewhere. We'll see. We'll see. So we've got a toddler slide. What other toddler options have we got? Yeah, it looks better, the smaller one, I think. So I think we'll put like another lot of seating in by there, and then we'll be this lovely enchanted by nature set right there. Beautiful. A little bit of seating and the toys. So what else have we got for toddlers that we can pop outside? Can they play in sprinklers? Oh, I know. The thing from Growing Together. These are splash pads. They should definitely be there. Like a cute little splash pad or something. For certains. Splash pad. Ah, there's so many little things for a pool complex. Isn't this great? Yeah, I'm excited. Excited and delighted. All of the things. What are they called? The emitter. It's like the flower one, it comes up under something different, but it's okay. Growing Together and... I know there's a flower as well. Maybe that's under decorations. Maybe that's not an actual emitter. Maybe it's just a decoration. But it is a cool... Yeah, there we go. It is quite cute and cool. And I think that would look nice in our little toddler area. So I want to add that too. Yeah! Shaz, I saw the sail shade thingy at the park I downloaded from the gallery and we're making a park and fishing place. I wanted that one specifically. Well, fair enough too. Okay, so we can splash pad, we can wade, we can have a little toddler kiddie pool. We've got a slide. Right, is there anything else we're going to fit in this little space? But you know what? We've got a cute little area, so I love it. I think the kids will love it too. It's going to be fun actually putting this together so that the, the Sims can use it and get around and have some fun with it. And we have some beach towels. I'm just going to add some beach towels quickly because why not? Have them in front of our lovely pool lounges. Love it. And we have our sunken hot pool there, and this is our big pool area. And we do have a pool in one of the basement levels as well, I think. Yeah, we've got that's going to be our training pool down there. So that was going to be in our basement area. It's quite a big complex, so it's going to be a lot to get together. Ginger, welcome in. First time. Oh, hi. How are you today? I hope you're doing well. Thanks for popping in and saying hi. It's always appreciated, and I hope you are enjoying your day. No matter what time of day it is. It's nice and early in the morning here, but I'm enjoying it. And I'm always enjoying myself when I get into building in The Sims 4, so I love that for me. And what we're building at the moment is a pool complex, a fairy pool complex at that. So we're going to be digging into a whole lot of the Enchanted by Nature stuff as much as I can get into this pool complex. Obviously that pack is not particularly designed for being a pool complex, but I think there's some really cool items in there that'll be really good for a pool. So I think it'll be fun. Oh, thank you, Shaz. I'm not sure Master Builder is quite what I'd consider myself, but I do enjoy building, so thank you for that. That's kind. Okay, so we have got a play pit, and we've got a toddler pool, blah blah blah, and a sand pit. I think we might do another lot of seating over on this side, but I think that's nice. We have a little bit of shady areas so the kids don't get too sunburnt out there, and the parents have like some places to sit down, and yeah, that's cute. Now I do want to dig into the debug and just see what items. Oh, maybe we could use this plant. This one is what instead. Oh, let's use that instead of the bench. And see if I got some plants that I can put along this front there just to block it off. Da, da, da. Also, is there a nice planter that I can put in here? Yes, there is. Maybe in a different color. That's cute. Hopefully that can all be accessible for the toddlers though. But that's okay. Well, that's what playtesting is for. Just a little bit of playing around to make sure it works. But I think they're going that way, so I think we're fine. Yay! Okay, we have our cute little toddler area. So let's have a dig around in debug and see what we've got that we can add plant-wise. I love like these little stumps and bits and pieces coming in. I think that's so nice. And I don't think we're going to have that entrance area. Yeah, it looks dumb there. I am wondering whether or not I have another arch coming in. We can go like really big. Because we're going fairy pools, why not? Let's just lean into the fairy side of things. I think that's fun. Looks really good. Well, thank you. It did start out initially as a shell, so this is called the 3 Revenge Shell, and this was created by Sticky Sims. And yeah, so it's actually a shell, and then chat added into the challenge of the build by giving me the colours that we're working off, which is pink and white, and also the type of build, which is a pool complex. So yeah, that's kind of what we're doing. A pink and white pool complex, and then the fairy pack, we started this a couple of weeks ago. We didn't get far in. And then the Enchanted by Nature pack came out. And I was just like, yes, we are going to add to this and we're going to turn it into fairy pools. So layer upon layer upon layer, and we finally got what we're building, which I love. And it's been a long time since I've built a pool complex, so I'm really quite excited by this idea as well. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I just do like a little small one running along the front. That'll be fun. And then I'm just wondering, can I add toadstools and mushrooms into this somehow? It's always the question with these builds. It's like, can I add mushrooms in somehow? Where can I add the mushrooms? I love the glowy mushrooms. I think they're just so sweet and cute. Oh, that can be like a little shade. I wonder if I could use a mushroom as a shade. I mean, is that crazy? Oh, you know what? Actually, no, it is crazy. The thing with these debug mushrooms, and you got to watch this, is because they have quite a lot, you know, you can see that green square space along there. If you use that on or around things, the Sims have to route around those. So just be careful with using these because they do have a space and it does make them hard for the Sims to actually route around. So I think if I put them, say, like, let's just, for example, put it here. And then we get our Sim coming in here. Let's just see whether or not they'll actually be able to route under there. No, see, like they've said, no, I can't reach that. Because of the way that that particular item is set up. So some debug items are like that, where you can't actually, because of this, I can't remember what's the grid square thing underneath. It's a specific word for it. I can't remember it. Anyway, the Sims have to route around it, so you kind of have to be a little careful with how you place some of these items. Mushrooms are always fun. And yes, they all glow, Shaz. They're all very glowy. The cottage living ones come in cute pastels and they're also seats. Oh yeah, the mushroom ones. Actually, yes, you're right. And then I don't have to worry about the whole seating thing. They are super cute. Maybe we use those mushroom ones here instead of the bench. I do like those little cute mushroom seats from Cottage Living. They are adorable. And it's on theme for what we're doing, which is nice. And thank you for the follow. Much appreciated. So have like the cute little mushroom seats. Oh, actually, you know what? That's going to be kind of perfect for the kids as well. That's a good suggestion. And then that's sort of like your parents and stuff. But yeah, some of those big mushrooms are a little bit hard to use because of the fact that you can't actually route Sims around them. So just be wary of that. Just be a little wary, but it doesn't mean you can't use them. Just have to be wary. Okay, so yeah, all of these mushrooms here that we got in the debug are glowy. See, that's going to be fine. We're going to be able to get around things because I've shrunk down the footprint. I think that's maybe the word I was looking for, the footprint of it. So, you know, cute little mushrooms coming in. I love that. We've got our parking area, so we've got to add some lovely cars to that. Is that sticking halfway through the wall? I think that's fine. But we are leaning into pink and white just because that's our colour theme for this particular build. But I think it'll be lovely. And there's actually really nice plants in this pack for debug. The Enchanted by Nature one. I just wish they would give us the actual items without it being in debug, you know, just give us the actual items without having to use the debug cheats. But you know, it is, as long as we can get it. I mean, that's the main thing, right? But still, I feel like there's a lot of people out there that don't know about the debug cheats, and you know, are kind of missing out on a little bit on that, which is, I think, is always a shame. You know, but them's the breaks. It is what it is. Oh, they're so cute with the mushrooms. You gotten some ideas for your magic shell challenge, Shaz? Fantastic. I love it. Yeah, you love using those for kids' seats, Rainbow. They are very cute. Very cute. Well, this is... I mean, when we initially were thinking of this shell, because the Enchanted by Nature pack hadn't come out yet, you know, we hadn't really thought about doing something like this with it. But I feel like this pivot is a nice one. I'm really liking it. And we can like add little mushrooms and trees and things all around. And I think it's going to be quite sweet. Now, even we could do like the Enchanted by Nature tree down the back. you know, one of the, like this one here with that. Because we initially were building in New Creek, sorry, in Willow Creek, and we're kind of matching to that, but we don't have to do that anymore. Rainbow, you were out there building in TS2 and TS3 without a single cheat. And you didn't know about any debug or build cheats until Sims 4. I'm not going to lie, I didn't know about any cheats for about a year building in Sims 4. Like, no kidding. I was building for about a year in The Sims 4 before I realized there were cheats. I didn't have move objects. I didn't have anything. And, yeah. I was just looking up vids and, you know, as you do. Your vids as you do. And, yeah. I discovered the whole... the whole cheat thing. And I was just like, what? This is just mind-blowing. And, yeah, it just changed everything for me. It's like, I can build things off the grid. I can, like, yeah, do all of these things. It was, like, magnificent. Finally being able to, you know, build things that didn't have to sit precisely in the place where the game thought it should go, if that makes sense. So, yeah. Discovering cheats was such a big thing for me. I was just in love. And then, I mean, obviously, as you discover these new things, you're kind of realizing it takes you a while to really understand how to use these new things, right? Because it's just because you've discovered it doesn't necessarily mean you know what you're doing with it. So, yeah, it's a whole new thing to kind of get used to as well. With the cheats and how to use them and figuring it all out. But, you know, you kind of get there in the end with it. You really do. But it does take a little while just to figure it all out. And you know what? We're going to change that fencing. I do know what I'm doing here. I'm going to do like a little glass arch thing. But I got distracted. And we're going to do all the fairy fencing all around. It's going to be great. We're going to make it so pretty with all the fairy things. I'm going to love it. I'm just very much enjoying all of the fairy things at the moment. And I feel very lucky that I get to play with this pack as it is. So, you know, grateful that I have the pack as soon as it's going to come out. I'm very lucky. Very lucky, I feel like. Woohoo! And this is going to be such a different pool complex because, you know, so often the pool complexes are quite modern, and I mean, I think this is still going to be modern, but it's going to be modern and really flowery. It's just really different. Rainbow, you got into TS4 by watching Sims YouTube, so I knew a lot about cheats and debug stuff straight away. Ah, see, I didn't, and yeah, I just kind of got into playing Sims 4 and was like really casually at first. But yeah, I just kind of was mucking around. I'd do that and do that. And when I got into building, I'd watched videos, but I don't know how I sort of missed the whole cheat thing. But I did. I missed it for a while. I think I sort of got into building and was just kind of looking at things, and then realized after watching, it was probably Lil Simsy or something like that, because I was watching a lot of Lil Simsy and Deligracy, and just learning. I think they're a really good gateway kind of simmers to really sort of get into learning how to do the game. You know, they're really good at bringing you into the game and you know, talking about the how-tos and, you know, the basics of the game. And yeah, I think they're really good for that. And that's who I sort of learned, started to get into building with. And then, yeah, sort of learned about some of the tricks. Because sometimes if you're watching, like, speed builds and stuff, you kind of miss stuff like, you know, how people are doing particular things. So you might not necessarily catch that they've used, like, this particular trick or that particular trick, unless they're specifically talking about it in the video. So, yeah, quite interesting. You love all the flora? I think it's going to look really cool, so I'm excited about that. So we've got our little parking lot, and let's add in some more greenery around the outside. I just love how we've like completely pivoted from what the original plan was, and now it's just kind of not just a pool complex, it's a fairy pool complex, which I think is so much cooler. We've taken an idea and we've really pumped it up into something extra. And we've just got to add all the little things in there and just see how cool we can make it look. You know what, maybe we'll have like the grassy roof and, you know, things like that, which will be fun. I don't know, we'll see what looks best anyhow. And I still don't know what we're going to do with this area here, but we'll just surround it with hedge, because I figure it'll need to be fenced in anyhow. But I feel like there needs to be a tree on the side, so maybe I'll just have like a tree with some seating. Would be quite nice. Little Simsy is very accessible. I think that's how I learned about debug and alt placing. You know what? I actually think that's how I learned about it as well. Eventually. I was just a bit slow on learning it. Yeah, I'm not quite sure why it took me so long. It might be a case that I didn't want to use cheats because I felt it was cheating. I mean, that's very me. That I didn't want to use cheats because I felt it was cheating. So that's entirely possible as well. That I also made that decision, like I knew about them, but I didn't investigate them because I thought it was cheating. Which would be about right. Honestly, wouldn't surprise me if that's what I did. I can't remember. It was too long ago for me to remember. I mean, I'm lucky if I remember last week, so yeah. But that, yeah, really would not surprise me if that's why I decided not to use cheats for ages. It was because I thought it was cheating. Because it's the word cheat, right? It kind of just throws you off into thinking that. Or maybe it's just me being a dummy. Where are my daisies? But anywho, that's me. So I was building for a year without cheats, and oh, silly me. Okay, so we can have like a cute little seating area, and this can be, you know, this is our fishing / seating area, so that's nice. You know, nice, sweet and romantic. So that can be like a nice, sweet, romantic kind of spot, right? I might just do one. Keep it simple. Doesn't have to all be filled in. So it's coming together, I feel like. I've kind of got lots of things. I'm not really happy with the roofing, so I might redo that. But I do like the little curved arch coming in. So that's a winner for me. Should I have like super patterned, or... I feel like that really does suit. So we'll do the super patterned. And coming on with the pink edging. Yeah, there we go. You live and learn, Velvet. Yes, you do live and learn. You live and learn. Just laugh at yourself and go, oh, you fool. Anyway. Entertaining, nonetheless. Okay, that's not quite right. Move that in one. But hey, if we didn't learn from our mistakes, then what's the point of making them? That's the whole point of making mistakes, is so that you learn from them. I'm just wondering if we pull that out another one. I feel like that works. And then maybe I can do like some see-through flooring or something. I don't know. That's a maybe. So that's kind of laying, yeah, that's joined with that, that's joined with that, and then that's held up by that. Okay. Cute little entrance. I feel like, I don't know, I'm still not happy with the roofing. It's a little hard because there's a, if you look at it, there's kind of a weird shape to the top. So I don't know if I want to roof it like that or do something different. I can always put it back, so maybe we could do that. You see what I mean about the weird shape up here? So it doesn't necessitate easy roofing at all. In the sense of, in the style that we're going for, which is, you know, an enchanted kind of style. Wonder... I think maybe little round ones might look a little weird, but I mean, we can try it and see. So if you want to bring up these extra roofing things, it's just Shift-C to bring those up on PC. I'm not quite sure if you can do it on console, but Shift-C allows you to have like a little bit more manipulation with your areas. It does actually say it on the roofing description. So if you read right down the bottom, it says press Shift-C with a roof selected to toggle advanced curvature mode on and off. So if you need advanced curvature mode, then that's the way to go. I'm just having a little play, a little experiment at this point. I don't know if I want to do this or not. It's going to look weird, and there's a good chance it will look weird. But this is the only way to learn, is by having a bit of trial and error and see how we get on. You know, learning along the job, as they say. Nope, I do not like it. This is why I struggled with the roofing initially, just because of these little weird jutty out things. They are very strange. Murally, I'm getting raided over on the other app. Love it. Welcome in, my Muralian friends. How you guys doing? Opting. Hi. Let the records show Velvet has been raided. I love it. Coffee raid in the house. Welcome in, my friends. The Immortal McLeod. Woohoo! Welcome in. How are the coffee crew today? How was Fortnite, and what did you guys end up, or how did you get on? Did you guys conquer the world? I could go for something like that, which is a little different. And then maybe I could put something in the middle. That's a possibility. I'm good. I'm good. Today we are building a fairy pool complex in The Sims 4. So I'm very excited about that. We're adding lots of fairy things and making it all very pretty. So yeah, that's what we're up to. It's been hours now. Yeah, opting. It's been hours. But you know what? It's good. I like it. I know. I was streaming last night for those that weren't here, and yeah, we were streaming the Enchanted by Nature Rags to Fairy gameplay, and it was only like about 9-10 hours ago that I finished up. So it's you know, it's one of those late night stream, early morning stream kind of dealios on a Monday Tuesday combo, and yeah, so it feels like, you know, just being here. Been here, done that, and thank you for the follow, much appreciated. Appreciate that. So yeah, last night, my morning, and all that sort of thing. So it's quite an interesting day. I do the same on Thursday as well. I stream Disney Dreamlight Valley on Thursday nights, and then Friday mornings I play the Very Veggie Challenge in The Sims 4. So yeah, it gets a little interesting as far as some of the timing and that goes, but it's fine. It's fine. It's a fun way to do it. I like it. Maybe do that and have like a double layer coming down, which will be quite cool. I mean, ideally, I think I want to have it going one more across. Oh, you know what? We could do it 3 layers and go another 3rd layer coming down, if it'll let me. That would be quite neat. This is looking very flowery. What are the flowers? So this is all from the Enchanted by Nature pack. So we've been really digging into that today, because I decided I want to build like this shell into a fairy pool. Eee, look at that. It's going to be cool when we put the edging on. Okay, I'm happier with that. So yeah, Enchanted by Nature, and so that's like an archway, and that's all of the fencing and the pergola, and then we've got like the pretty little flowers and toadstools and everything down there. And yeah, just bringing in the pretty with all of the pretty things from that pack, and it's just gorgeous. I love it. I've been having such a blast with it. I built like 3 things on the weekend. Like 3 things on the weekend. I went overboard with the building. Like normally I wouldn't build in like 3 different things on a weekend. but this weekend I did because I was very excited by all of the things in this pack. It's such a delightful pack. I think I'm going to keep that wide. That's great. So how did you guys get on? I don't think I saw that. Oh, you came second once or twice and top 10 a few times in a fortnight. Well done, you guys. That's really awesome. That's really awesome. Because I know that's not the easiest thing to do. From all accounts. And I say from all accounts, I mean your accounts. From you guys playing it. That's my knowledge of Fortnite, basically, is from what you guys tell me. I live vicariously through you. But one day I do plan to give myself a bit of a try on Fortnite. I've got it sitting there ready to install. And I will get there one day. It's just, you know, a matter of timing. Where's that gone? It's really in the wrong place. What are you doing there, my friends? It's supposed to be up the top. There we are. Enjoy your lap, Mama. Make Velvet meow. Oh, meow, meow, meow. I hope you enjoyed your meow. We had a meow redeem and I meowed it. Yeah. You know what? I did have 2 cats in here earlier, but my actual live cats, my real life cats, have disappeared. So they were in here earlier doing their little cat things, but they've gone away. And hydrate. Fabulous. Oh, and we got another hydrate. 2 hydrates. 2 sips of my Coke. I've got Coke this morning. I needed a little pick-me-up. I didn't have a great sleep, so I was just like, you know what? I'm getting straight into the caffeine this morning. Straight into the cola. Let's do it. Let's make it work. Let's make it happen. And so I did. So like an easy way to do, like I just did this like quite a difficult way with the layers, but there's another easy way that you can do this with the roofing. So just copy and paste and put the exact same roofing underneath, and then you just dip it down 1 or 2. So I'm going to go 2 on that one. And that's another easy way to do it, where you're kind of doing the angle thing. So I did a slightly different thing here, where it just sort of like, it's, you know, smaller, smaller, smaller. This way of doing it here is just about angles. So just copy, paste, and then drop it down by 2. And you can kind of get like that layered, like a... This is going to be a weird analogy for me because I don't know a lot about cars. But there's like springs on trucks and cars that kind of layer, and that provides strength to the springs. And it just kind of like, it's what it kind of reminds me of. And I don't know why I did that analogy, but anywho, I did. And I think it's because I was watching Scrap Heap Challenge yesterday, and they had these springs and they were layered up just like this, and that's what it kind of reminded me of. So anywho, and if you guys are wondering what Scrap Heap Challenge is, it's an olden time TV show, a British TV show that was on in the early 90s, and I absolutely loved it. And it's basically where you get a scrap heap full of stuff, and people need to, they call it bodge together, different creations. Like the last creation, they had to create a shooting machine that would shoot targets out of all the odds and sods from the junk heap or the scrap heap. So yeah, anywho, I've been watching that lately. Murally, when Felix was still with us, she would put her paw on my mouth and I meowed at her. Oh, that's so cute. Like she was saying, shush Mew, you're not a cat. That is the cutest thing. Oh, Savio, my male cat, he likes to pin us down with his paws. I don't know. I think that might be a little bit too much greenery. I mean, too pinkery. But it's very cool. And yeah, he like pins us down with his paw and is like, nope, I am the king, and you know about it. You know he's the king. I don't know. I think we can maybe pull that off. I don't know. We'll see how we go. Rainbow, you remember Scrap Heap Challenge? It was amazing. Yes, opting, known as Junkyard Wars. Yes, I've watched the American version as well, and it's not as good as the UK version, of course, but yeah, it was still quite enjoyable. I have seen Junkyard Wars as well, and I really enjoyed it. But Scrap Heap Challenge is the OG and just the best. I loved it because I used to watch that with my dad, and it just like, it has that nostalgic factor as well. But I don't know, it's just kind of quirky and fun, and you know, you get to see whether or not these guys will you know, the team will put together this item at this thing, or if they'll fail, you know. It's quite entertaining. I love it. But so the reason that I'm watching this is because I was mooching around on Amazon Prime, and it's on there now. So if you guys have Amazon Prime, then and you want to watch it, it's actually on there. They've got 4 seasons on there at the moment. It's really not going to be centered, is it? So yeah, I think I definitely need to break it up. You're right, Muir. I agree. I think it needs to be broken up with something. I like it as well, but it's a lot. So maybe we can go like the little dormer. Do like a cute one down there. Something like that. Opting, they aired the British one over here, but under the Junkyard Wars title. Ah. Did I ever watch Strawbridge's It's Not Easy Being Green? No, I haven't heard of that one. What's that one about? That sounds interesting. Because I love shows like this. I mean, we are deep, and I mean deep, in... just trying through the other side. At watching Survivor at the moment. Like, we're in really deep with it. We've watched so many seasons, and just, like, loving it. It's amazing. And, yeah, just shows like that, and, you know, like little building sort of competition shows are just so much fun. I really love it. And yeah, I'm just like, Scrap Heap Challenge is now my new lunchtime watching, because I found it and I was just like, oh, happy days! I can rewatch it again. I think I've actually got a whole lot of the old shows saved somewhere on a hard drive. But I think the file might be needing like a little bit of converting. So it's Dick Strawbridge from the Brothers in Arms team. I remember Dick Strawbridge. I remember him. And his family setting up some tech on a bit of a homestead. Only ran 1 season, I think. Oh my gosh, I do remember him. He was quite a popular character on the show, right? Well, I mean, a popular person, because he wasn't actually a character. He was himself. But I do remember him. Oh, that's cool. I didn't realize he had his own show, but that's amazing that it kind of turned into that sort of thing for him and his family, that he could actually do that. I think it's quite neat. Isn't it funny, like these shows that you discover along the way of life? But yeah, the old school shows that pop up along the way. Also, how cool are the roof plants, by the way? I'm loving the little bit of roof plants. The problem is they don't really stick all that well on some of the angled roofing. So if you are angling roofing, they're not that great on them. You kind of have to fuss around with them a little bit. But that's cool. Yeah, maybe like a touch of blue in there. Just break it up. And I will change some of the colours on some of the greenery there. Yeah, they don't stick all that well to some of the angled roofing, because I have angled it quite a lot, but you know, it's all good. But yeah, I remember some of the early season stuff. I think the seasons that they have on Prime at the moment are seasons 8, 9, 10, and 11, I think. They actually initially only added 3 seasons, and then I saw yesterday they'd added another season on top of that, so I'm not quite sure what season that is, but the season I'm starting with is 8, which was the first season, I think. So, yeah, a little bit of the earlier side of things, which I think is cool. Look at that! Isn't that coming together? I think maybe we'll go like a slightly higher roof on that. It's always looking like a cottage rather than a pool complex, and I don't care because it's pretty. Pigletish. Wait, sorry, are we saying Scrap Heap Challenges on Prime now? Yes! I can't believe it. Like, I didn't honestly, and this is honest, I really did not think anyone would have heard of it. And I thought people were going to be like, what are you talking about, Velvet? But no! You guys have heard of it. And that's amazing. It's such a cool show. And yeah, I discovered it it's just like newly added to Prime, because I just finished the Mindy project on Prime. And I was looking for another lunchtime show. And that was there. It just newly added that week, and I was just like, oh, happy days. Happy days. So, very good piece of news for me. And yeah, that's what I'm going to be sitting down to eat, to watch when I have lunch today as well. I forgot which color I'm using. So yeah, it was very exciting news for me. I jumped up and down and just went, oh, and happily immersed myself in many a wild, fabulous memory of that show, which I thoroughly enjoyed watching with my dad back in the olden days. But they're not the olden days anymore, so we have it again. I love it. I love it. I love it. So anyway, there's this random find. There goes. And I'm really glad that I could share that news with you guys who actually know what the show is. We are the cookers. You should have more faith in the chat, Velvet. You know what? Opting out of all of my chat, I figured maybe you would be the one that might have heard of it. Because I thought, you know what? This sounds a little bit like Opting's kind of show. But I wasn't sure about everybody else. But of course, a whole lot of, sort of British people around in the chat and stuff. Yeah, I should have had more faith. You're right. I should have. You're going to head to bed now, but I wanted to pop by when I heard that I could not resist chatting. Thanks for being here, Annalie. And you have a good sleep. Rest up. And I'll catch you next time around. But thank you for popping in. Always appreciated. Also, 2 streams in one day for us. From you. I know it's not like that for you with time zones. What a treat. I know. It does end up that way with the Monday, Tuesday combo, with it being, like morning for you guys and then like nighttime for you guys a little bit later, just with how it sort of works out. But it's not for me. I had a sleep in between and it's lovely. Well, I say sleep. I didn't actually really sleep, but I tried to and I was in bed. So, it kind of counts as a sleep, right? Right. Good night, Annalie. Thank you for popping in. See you next time and have a fabulous sleep. Bye. Rainbow. I watched a lot of daytime TV as a kid because we didn't have cable or Sky. Yeah, no, we didn't really have that either. So just kind of watched what was on TV. We had like a lot of British shows as well on TV1 here. And I think that's probably still the case. But yeah, we had a lot of British TV, so we'd watch like a lot of shows. But my dad was a mechanic, so this kind of show was really right up his alley. And yeah, it was really fun watching it with him because we'd always like, will it work? Will it not work? The whole sort of shebang with it. It's always exciting to try to see what designs you think are going to work for this week, and are they gonna stuff it up, and is it gonna fall apart? And yeah, it's always fun. That's the fun part, right? Watching them like stress out and panic at the end because they're running out of time and all those sorts of things. I love it. This is coming together quite nicely. I mean, it's an interesting pool complex. I love that it has turned into a pool complex, or we've turned it into a fairy pool complex. It's going to be a lot of pink and white, so I'm thinking maybe we do a different color on the wall, but I don't know which color. Oh, I think one of my cats just came inside. Hello, pretty kitty. Opting. Egg stealing time. Also need to pull the laundry off the line. Back in the view. Go say hi to the hens from us. Hi, hens. And I think it's looking good as well. I'm really happy with it. So I'm not upset with the direction that we've taken this at all. I think it's great. And plus I get to play with my fairy stuff, so I'm happy. It's like I don't really care what I'm building as long as I'm building with my fairy stuff. That's what matters. Okay, I think we might do some corners there. And I've got to choose a color on the outside. So if you guys have any suggestions what color, I think we've got enough pink and white that we really just need to have a contrast color happening on the building, but I'm not too sure what at this point. So we might have to try a little bit of different things, and then we'll add in like our windows and stuff. This is not your atypical pool complex for sure. But you know what? That's fine. Doesn't have to be atypical. We can turn it into whatever we like, whatever our imagination comes up with. And that's the fun. Okay, so I might add some more doors around the exterior just to make that all sort of quite open and accessible. Because one of the big things with the Enchanted by Nature pack is the indoor-outdoor flow. I noticed with a lot of the buildings, the pre-builds in the, you know, with that pack, you know, it's a lot of like open doorways to the outdoors and, you know, stuff like that. So yeah. Rainbow. I remember watching a lot of house shows too, especially in the summer holidays. Ooh, what kind of house shows? I don't remember watching a lot of house shows. Like, you know, the house reno shows and that sort of thing. Not till I was a little bit older. Oh, no, that's not true. You know, I remember watching the American one with Tyler, what's his name? And they do all the emotional tear-jerking stuff. I watched that for a while. Extreme Makeover? Is that the one? Extreme House Makeover? Can't remember. It's been a while. But I know it's very popular and I'm sure somebody knows it. Some fresh eggs would be great, right? Now, okay, so we have options. We could go, I mean, we could go all glass, which would be wild, but amazing. Like, imagine if we went all glass. Like, how amazing would that be? Whoa. That would be amazing. I kind of like that. Is that just like a crazy idea? Just making it all glass? Or is that just crazy? I don't know. I think that could work. It's crazy, but it looks cool. Rainbow. Homes under the hammer, escape to the country, location, 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 changing rooms and grand designs. Oh, yeah, I've heard of changing rooms and grand designs and location, location, location. The other ones I haven't heard. That's always fun, though, when they do up the houses and, yeah, just make it all look really cool. I think it looks quite cool as well. I mean, we can put some ivy, and, you know, I will... Is it weird to put windows in glass walls? Because I feel like we could get away with it. Like, as a little thing. But maybe not do the atypical windows, like the pack windows. Maybe do like little breaks in the glass pattern with windows like this. I mean, what do you guys think? I think that could work. What do we got on the inside? Hang on. Let's have a look at our floor plan before we do that. But yeah, I think we can make this work. It's a little wild. I know. It's a little crazy. But, hey, we're already building a fairy pool complex, so... why not? Maybe. Maybe some solid walls on just the corners so it looks like it's supported by walls. Yeah. Yeah. I'm just thinking which wallpaper, but we can maybe do like this wallpaper here in the white. Like a little something like that. And then on the corners, get rid of the windows. And run it in like that. Is it weird to have the windows on there as well? I just think it kind of breaks the pattern up a little bit. You know, we can go for something like that. Oh, I think that looks cool. Yeah, I could do more columns around the place as well, but I think that really works a treat. It's just something a little different. And I'm all for something a little different. We could probably add columns as well on top of it if we wanted to. Like that, like that. I'm gonna go up. It's gonna be hard to do. But that could really work. I like it. And then that's the columns kind of holding it up. There we go. So if you do have an issue with getting your columns to come out, so say you put a column up here on a second floor and it's kind of hidden away, There is a little trick to this. So the easiest way to do this, rather than fiddling around until the column kind of flicks into place, just place the column, and then as soon as that pops up, just rotate. If you lose the rotation thing, just find it on the inside and rotate it around. It's all you need to do. Super easy way to fix that little column issue. You like the windows? I like the windows as well. So winner, winner, chicken dinner. We are on the right track. So yeah, that's an easy way just to find those columns, which can sometimes get a little bit lost in the building and won't turn around the way that you want them to. All it takes is just like a quick little rotate, and that'll bring them out so that you can actually see them, which is quite nice. Quite a nice little trick to know, and I wish I knew that a little sooner in my building career, but I did figure it out one time because it was driving me nuts when I was trying to fiddle around with them one day, and worked it out, and it was rather handy. So that one we can go like that, and then 1 and 1. Okay, this is coming together. I don't know if I want to put like a whole lot of ivy on the walls. We might not do that for this, but there's quite a lot of flowers and bits and pieces already. But it is coming together quite nicely. I don't think we need that there. Oh, that's right, because it was going to be a creche. That reminded me. Okay, so this was going to be a creche, and then that was going to be the indoor-outdoor area for the creche. I remember now. That was what we're going to do on the inside. Eee, this is coming together rather nicely. It always gets exciting when you start to run with an idea and it's starting to, you know, just click together as it does. There we go. So that's an easy solve for the old column problem. I know a lot of people have that problem, and yeah, that's just how I've worked out how to resolve it anyhow. Column cannot be any shorter. Alright, well then I guess it'll have to be that height. And over here. Oops. Copy and paste, and beep. There we are. Okay, I think that works a treat. That's a great idea for the corners. Whoops, rainbow. Thank you very much for that. I think that's working really nicely. It just kind of breaks up all the glass as well, you know, so it's not too much. Feels like just the right amount. And the windows again just break up the glass as well, so it's just like not over the top, but just enough. So it's all about that balance. It's always the thing that you're trying to get your, you know, your brain around, is just finding that balance and making that kind of work. But, you know, you kind of get there in the end. Maybe we can have that all that colour. And through there. Okay, okay, okay. I think that's coming together nicely with all the corners and all the windows on there. Oh, I forgot that these windows, these HBD windows, kind of like show through a little bit on the second floor. Gah. Alright. We'll have to go down and fix them slightly. It's just like, it's the little things sometimes which slow you down with building. I mean, besides the fact that I have been talking and not really getting a lot done. But, you know, it's little things. It's like the curtains that we got with businesses and hobbies. Like, they are amazing curtains, right? But they just don't quite sit properly on walls, and that is so you just have to spend that little bit of time just going through and readjusting them, you know, just a smidge. And imagine if you weren't using move objects, although I don't know how well you could stack these without move objects, but imagine if you weren't using move objects cheat and you couldn't, you know, move or fix these things. Like, how frustrating would that be? Yeah, it looks great. I just think that makes such a difference in terms of balancing that out. So we'll just do this top level, and then I think that'll be looking good. I don't know if I want to do that around the front. So then it's kind of like that. Maybe on just the one side. That's what I think we'll do. And that side there. Oh, the tree's in the way. I'm just going to shrink it down for now so it's not in my way. It's not going to stay that way. Tiny little tree randomly in the back of the lot. That would be a bit weird. Oh, whoops. Okay, then we're going to add some columns. It's not your usual pool complex, that's for sure. But that's fine. I think the fairies are going to like it. They're going to come here and they're going to have like such a nice little splishy splash around. And have some fun. It's going to be great. And it should have everything that you need for a pool complex. It's just super fairy is all. So let's see how this is kind of looking. Yeah, that's looking better as far as balance goes. We need something more in the middle, I think. But you can almost do maybe fairy window in the middle. Fairy window. I don't know. It's such a fun idea, right? I really love that idea. I think it's really cool. Need something in the middle, but I don't know what. Rainbow. I love the idea of having something like this for families. So do I. Like, this would be such a cool little family outing, right? Like, it's coming together really nicely. I love that idea. We still need to add some lighting, just while I remember. And I also need a sign of some description. So maybe we could find a sign to put there, and that could maybe go across in the middle here, and maybe something up the top as well. But I feel like it's coming together really nicely. I mean, once we've got all the sort of the design decisions done, I mean, that's the bulk of it. And, you know, we've got a little barbecue area there to do, and we need to make that tree bigger again and decorate the inside. I don't know if we'll get it all done today, but, you know, we'll get a good chunk of it done, so that's the main thing, right? I feel like it is. I've forgotten what I was doing. I was about to do something. Oh, yeah, signage. Let's see if we can find a cool sign. A cool sign for a swimming pool. And if anybody knows if there's a specific swimming pool sign, let me know. I haven't specifically ever looked for a swimming pool specific sign, but you never know. I quite like this one that we have from Growing Together, and that might be quite nice down the front here. There we go. Because this one has like a little bit of pouring water coming down, so it's like a little interactive, or like a little action feature, which I think looks really cool in lift mode. So I think that might be quite nice there. A little sign, you know, because it's a lot. You don't think it's a big sign, but there might be a decal. Oh yeah, and business and hobbies. I don't think there's a swimming pool one. Let's just check. I don't think so, but there might be some sort of splashy water thing. You never know. There's soap. Oh, there is one. You're right. I hadn't seen that. But again, I wasn't looking specifically for it. So unless you are looking specifically for something like that, you probably wouldn't see it. Okay. Or you wouldn't know it was there necessarily. Hang on, how many across I got? 1 and 2, 1 and 2. And maybe we can change that into like a blue or something. What have we got? Blue. Da, da. And you know what I'm going to add underneath that is there's this amazing light from Love Struck, which is this one here, the Spot Tangle light. Absolutely incredible light. I love it because it really just does shine up so beautifully on things and lights them up. So I think we'll pop that under there and really glow up our sign. Yeah! Look at that. I mean, is it the most beautiful sign in the world? No, but it's a nice sign. I'm also thinking maybe we layer it up with a teeny bit of writing. You know how some of those signs have like those little writing signs? And then I would like if we have something that would go on the roof. That would be ideal, but I don't know if we'll have something that would work with that. Okay, like a little, that would work a treat. I think this one might work quite nicely. Are there any other colours? It stands out on the white a little bit more. There we go. Look at that! Custom sign! Whoop whoop! Custom sign. Love it! I think the blue, just kind of having that little switch up of colour with the dark blue, I think that does work. Like it's a bit, it works with the sign. And then it works there. It kind of looks like it could be fairy language. Yeah. Yeah, because it's quite runic, the old fairy language, right? So that kind of makes sense to me. Love it. It's so weird that we went all glass, but it works. I don't know. It works. We're happy. It's fine. The lighting. The lighting. The lighting. The lighting is what the lighting is, so sorry. I can't do anything about the lighting. Yeah, roof sign. I just feel like, you know, maybe we can fit something there, but I don't know. Depends on what's here. Can find anything cool that's going to work. Got hammers. We've got records. Books. VHSs. Do you guys remember VHSs back in the day? The old, I don't know, showing my age here. But, you know, the old VHS tape players. Oh, I used to have so many tapes back in the day. Great. Loved me old VHSs. You know, it was cool, like, if you had two... I don't know if you guys did this at all, but I used to have, like, two VHSs, and so it meant that I could do, like, editing. I can't remember specifically how I used to do it, but I know it required two VHSs, and you kind of would play a tape. Oh yeah, you would play a tape on one VHS and then you record with the other VHS the parts of the tape that you wanted to record. So like, you know, if you had a recorded thing and you'd have to edit things like that. It was wild now that I think about it, just with how easy it is to edit things now. But yeah, back in the day, yeah, you'd have the two VHSs and you record on one and you'd like play with the other one and you would turn it into something, into whatever you were editing and putting together. Like if you wanted to, you know, take some stuff from, you know, across maybe several tapes and put it together as a compilation, or for whatever reason you would do that. I don't know. I used to do it. I imagine it would have been with TV shows. I can't remember now, but yeah, it would have been with TV shows of some description that I was very enthusiastic about. Non-linear editors make a world of difference. Oh yeah, for sure. For sure. Imagine if we had to sit there and just... technology, I love it. I don't know, what do you guys think of this sign? I mean, I think that's kind of cute-ish. Cute-ish. I'm going to leave it there and let's see if there's anything else we can find that's going to work. Oh yeah, how many eggs did you get, Opting? How were the hens today? Were they providing, or were they like, nah, I don't think so, bud. Get out of here. I mean, there aren't a great deal of options. I don't know. Does this one kind of look watery? A little bit. I'm just looking for something kind of watery looking, but I don't know if I'm going to get what I want. Can but try, but there aren't a lot of specific signs. You'd think there would be, though, because there are pool complexes in the game. Specifically thinking of Windenburg. So, you know, there should be Should be an option for pool signs, but no. Not that I know of anyway. But that's fine, we'll come up with something. I mean, we came up with the decals, so thank you very much for that, Rainbow. So that was a little something something. I'm just wondering if there's like an item in the game that would be quite good to represent a pool, but again, nothing really springs to mind with the dino ones. Only a few weeks today, they were in weird places, meaning there was probably some sort of kerfuffle overlaying territory. Oh, don't want a kerfuffle. Okay, I don't know if there's anything too great in our selection for pool signs, but you know what? We've come up with a little something up there. I think that's kind of okay. Got a lemonade sign. Yeah, that's not too bad. That's not too bad. I think we're making some really good progress. Been pottering along, but we've done it. So I think, you know what, I'm going to leave that tree down and we can maybe start on our barbecue area. Right, so I was doing the patio stuff pack. Now there isn't any sort of, hang on, I see a thing. It's all glass wall. There wasn't any real sort of barbecue-y stuff with Enchanted by Nature. So I think we'll just stick with the modern sort of patio stuff pack stuff at the moment with that. I think that'll be quite nice. That'll work a treat. But I do want to break up the hexagon here. So maybe we'll do like the bark over here again, perhaps. From Enchanted by Nature, maybe we can do different color. Maybe the grey would work quite nicely. Whoop! Let's see. Platform. Now we do have the new platform trim. I was so excited. I don't know about everybody else, but I was honestly so excited to get a new platform trim with Enchanted by Nature. I was just like, platform trim as well as foundation. It was just like, I was so hyped about it. Not gonna lie, it's just a very exciting thing, just because it's been so long. I mean, we don't get a lot when it comes to platform trims and foundations. Like we're really a bit stingy with those. So the fact that we got something new is just quite the delight. Now we have been using this with the stripes. I feel like maybe we want to repeat that up here and have a cute little seating area up here, and that would be quite nice. And we need some chairs. Wonder how that would go there as like a little divider. One, two, three, and then pull those up. One down. Down one more. There we go. And have like a couple of little dividers, and then we can have the counters coming through. That would work. That would work a treat. I feel like it's been quite nice. Also, should we have a bar or should we not have a bar? What do you guys think? It is a family-friendly venue, but do you think the parents deserve a little something to keep them happy while they're entertaining the kids? Or, you know, maybe not? Any thoughts on that? I don't know if pool complexes really normally have a bar with them, but doesn't mean that I can't add one. Doesn't mean I can't. You think yes? Yeah, I'm thinking yes as well. And we could maybe add one down this end, perhaps. Because we do have the patio stuff pack bar. Although, no, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do a feature of that because we have the beautiful bar back and the beautiful bar from Enchanted by Nature. And I feel like those would be absolutely amazing. You know, we could do maybe like a little feature. Oh, I'm so hyped about this. Hang on. I'm gotten all excited because I had an idea. I just got all excited and I'm hyped about it. I'm going to go back to what I was doing. But with the little bar back thing here, and like a couple of, like maybe not that color, we'll go like the pinky one, maybe, or the white with the pink. And then we could have the bar coming around. We can do it like a little bit like they did it in the Stargazer Lounge, because it wraps around, because there's the little waterfall coming around here. Like, how perfect is that for a pool complex, to have like a little watery bar like that? It makes me so happy. That's exciting. I mean, look how gorgeous this set is. It's just absolutely stunning. Opting, if you don't set the bar, how will people know what the standards are? Exactly right. You know it. And I'm just going to have a little save now before anything happens. You never know. Oh my gosh, we've already spent 118,000. I haven't even done the interior yet. That's hilarious. This is an expensive pool complex, but oh my gosh, is that amazing or what? Like, I would want to sit at that bar. It doesn't matter what I was drinking. I don't even care. Just give me a juice. I would be perfectly happy with that. Such a beautiful bar. It really is. I mean, you don't even need to do anything to it. You just plonk it down and it's just looking stunning. Absolutely stunning. I feel like we need some sort of plant there. I need a plant. You know what? I'm actually thinking the city living one. I think that's a nice plant, that one for outdoors. This one here. Oops, shrinking instead of growing it bigger. Size-wise. Ooh, I'm not digging the size of it though. Let's see what else we got. And there's this one here. I don't know, I just feel like I need something here. But, oh, so gorgeous, so gorgeous, so gorgeous. I love that. Can maybe have like a little row of palm trees. Maybe that, something like that could work. Or like a little... There's the bamboo trees that come with growing together as an option. Or we have something like that from the Blooming Rooms kit. Just, I feel like you kind of need like a little bit of a divider between that and the pool, perhaps. But, yeah, something like that could work. I don't know, I'm undecided, but I can change it later if I feel like it. I kind of like it. Kind of like it. Come back to it. Okay, so let's get our pool decorations done, because we need to decorate our little pool, which is the main, you know, the main thing that we're building is a pool complex. So we need to add in some trim. Now I want to use the same trim that I used around the other side, which I think is this one here. Yep. So there, and let's go a little bit of the bark down the bottom there to get into our hot pool. Should I have the pergola over the hot pool as well? Oh, that might be quite nice. If I can get it to sit over there okay, and if it does make the pool usable or not. That's always the question. But I have a little pergola hanging over the top. And that makes it quite lovely, doesn't it? I think that's sitting okay. I mean, they're not perfectly even there, so they're not always going to sit in the same place. But that would be quite nice. I'm not really happy with that. To, you know, sit in a hot pool and you're like underneath the shelter, and it would just be gorgeous. I would enjoy that. Yeah, easy enough to test. Yeah, I was going to test it and make sure that was okay. I'm just trying to get the position right. It's just not sitting right. And every time I try to move it, it just goes back down. So we'll get it in the right place and then we'll go from there. Okay, I think that's looking pretty good. Yay. Let's test it and see if we can get in the hot tub. Get in there, my lady. I think that's looking good. I think. She's just standing there for a bit. No? Yes? No? Yes? No? Yes? No? Yes? Can we get in? Ooh. Maybe not? Okay. I do wonder whether or not those are getting in her way. If I move it a little further back, if it's not going to cover very well, although it just doesn't make sense that you wouldn't be able to get in. No, let's shrink it down and see if that works. Let's try it. I mean, no harm in trying. Oh, I don't think she's going to get in. Oh, she's saying she can't get in altogether. Okay. Why don't you go here? Let's just try it, because it was working last time. So let's just check it out. Maybe I need to move that around a little bit. Okay. The problem is the hot pool. Okay, out of the way, lady. It might possibly also be... pool trim. Let's just try it with a different pool trim. I don't see why that would block it, but you never know. Weird things happen. Ah, it was the pool trim. Nah, it's the pool trim. Isn't that interesting? The pool trim blocked her from getting in. Okay, so let's get her out of there and then try it with the pergola and see whether or not that works. This is why we play test, guys. Because you have things like that happen where, for some reason, pool trim gets in the way. And yeah, she was being difficult, but it turns out pool trim is detrimental to getting in the hot tub. So, go figure. I honestly wouldn't have thought the pool trim would be a problem. Like, you know, I didn't think that would get in the way, like it wouldn't count as an obstacle. But what do I know? Okay, let's see if she can get in there. And no. She's saying I don't like the things. Yeah, okay. Let's just try it slightly shrunk down to see whether or not it's the tree trunk on the bottom. It's always good to know these little things and whether or not they will work. I could probably build something over there, to be fair. Well, that works. Yay! Okay, so you can do like the little shrunken down pergola over the top. Okay. I mean, as long as it works, that's fine. But go over and fly over by your baby. There we are. Hey, it works. That's fine. That's the main thing. Yeah, it is cute. I think that works quite nicely. And it just like, you know, it's working in with what we're already doing with the, you know, the pool and that sort of thing. It is strange that we can't do the thicker pool trim. I wonder if I can do the pool trim in specific areas holding down Shift or Control or Alt. No. All or nothing. Oh! Whoops. No, I don't want to turn on sticky cheese. Whoops. that'll teach me. That looks heaps better. Yeah, it just adds like a little bit of dimension to the pool. I did want like a different trim around it, but it is what it is. Okay. Now, the question is, should I add like the little floaties in the pool, or should I keep it like a beautiful... I feel like I want to keep that at like a beautiful crystal blue. I think that's a lot more tempting. you know, you see this beautiful crystal blue pool and you're just like, oh yeah, I want to get in there. Plus it's a little bit of a contrast from, you know, the rest. And also I'm thinking possibly put it in a fence along the side, but not the flowery fencing. I'm thinking like a clear fencing would be quite nice. Spade. Just, you know, because this is kind of our entranceway coming in this side. So I'm just feeling like maybe we need to try and keep that a little separate. That one. Just seeing if I can find anything a little higher, but I think that might be the best match I've got. That's going to be all clear glass. Oh, I know what I could do. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I had an idea. Half wall. And in the clear glass, just like that, but in clear glass. So half wall like that, and then we get the glass wall. And we just go the clear glass, the clear pane, all the way down. And then we just do the thing on top. Da-da! Boom! There we go. We've got a beautiful clear thing at the end. I wish we had little fencing things that we could put at the end of the things that weren't debug. But we do have debug ones. Just thinking about a fence post, if there's anything off the top of my head. Just racking my brain a little bit. Because I want like a nice white one. You know, something like that. Oh, that's not going to go through. It's a little too big. I'm not using tools, so I can't resize to a particular size either. So just kind of got to live with what I've got. As far as that goes. I don't know if I'm going to find what I like. I wonder if there's anything in... That could work. And Enchanted by Nature, but that could work. I think it's just kind of like stonework and Enchanted by Nature, so I don't think there's going to be anything love, but yeah, there we go. I know, it's constantly a thing that we can't, for me, that we can't shrink down columns. Like, I would love it if we could shrink down columns, or if we just had like pieces of wood that we could have vertical and horizontal, and that we could change to different sizes, and we could just use them freely throughout the place without having to go down the column route. Like, I mean, we can shrink some columns down a little bit, but not to that height, unfortunately. So yeah, I do wish we had like free flowing. It's one of my big things on my building wish list is to have options, things like that available to us as builders. Like, I feel like you'll be able to do so much with them. There are these little horizontal columns, little horizontal boards from Cottage Living, which are supposed to be for roofs, and you don't have to use them on roofs, and they are absolutely amazing. I love them. But there's nothing vertical like that, which is a shame. And colours, in terms of just being able to choose our own colours and stuff, yeah, I know that's sort of high on a lot of people's lists. I think it would be just, I don't really want, if I'm being really honest, I don't actually really want the colour wheel, because I think it would take me about 40 times longer to build if I had a colour wheel, because I would not be able to choose colours. I feel like having limited colour choices does actually make it a little easier to build from that perspective, just because you you only have this certain amount of items to choose, colours to choose from, and so it does limit your choices, yes, but it does mean that you don't spend hours choosing colours. And I have a feeling that if I was given the option of all of these colours, I would just get lost in colours and genuinely would not get anything kind of done. It would just be, it would be dreadful. Hi Aria, welcome in. Do you have any tip for someone that will create a speed build channel for the first time? If you are creating like a speed build channel in The Sims 4, my suggestion is be consistent. And I don't know, what sort of tip are you sort of looking for, I guess. But I've been my channel's just over 2 years old on YouTube. And the biggest thing for me is just being consistent and, you know, just good thumbnails. Also, making sure that you have like a really good way to take a good picture in the game. I don't know, does this look weird with the fence? I think it looks kind of cool. I think it looks okay. So, yeah. And learn about, yes, Rainbow said, I would learn about search engine optimization and how YouTube lists videos. I would agree with that. You can make the best video in the world, honestly. And if nobody can find it, that's gonna be your downfall. You've got to have it be searchable and findable. And that has been one of the learning curves, I think, for me as well, is just really understanding kind of how that works. And it's not the easiest thing to really understand. It's a little bit of trial and error as well, just really knowing what works for you, what doesn't work for you, what works for your viewers, and what people like, and oh, stop it. How to actually make that work for you. It's a challenge for sure. I don't know if this is going to look good or weird, but I'm giving it a go. Thank you, Shaz. I will save and hydrate. Thank you very much. I will do that. I actually just had a little drink, but I will save in a second. I'm just trying something out here. Just playing around. So yeah, so that's the sort of the tips. But make really good content, but make it searchable and findable. And that's probably one of the easiest, hardest things to do. Oh, I think that's cool. I like that. By the time I've changed the color of this, I think that'll look really cool. But I will say, being a content creator is a lot of work. Like, it's much more work than I ever thought it would be. So be prepared to put the work in, because if you're not, yeah, it's gonna be hard. But you definitely need to work for it. It's not as easy as all of the internet videos say. You know, do this and you'll have 1,000 subscribers in 2 weeks. I wish. But there you go. I think that's kind of cute, right? I like that. I think that's really cool. Okay, I feel like our pull's coming along nicely. I don't think I like this, but I don't know what else to put there at this point. I'll come back to it. I mean, we're not gonna finish this today, so it's fine. But I'm really loving this. Rainbow, so true. I come home from my full-time job and log on to my second unpaid job. I know. I don't have like, I'm a full-time mum, so you know that's my full-time job. But it is a lot of work. I mean, I post daily on YouTube, and as well as streaming, you know, 15 to 20 hours a week. So, I mean, that's a full-time job for me, and I'm just becoming YouTube partner in March, a full YouTube partner, so I get this sort of the advertising money and stuff. It's more than I thought it would be, but it's not, you know, I'm not earning big bucks or anything like that. From it at this point, you know, it's like it's a little bit of income, little tiny bit, but it is a tiny bit of income, and it's more than I thought it would be, because I thought it'd be like $5, if that, per month. But it's more than that, not a lot more than that, but it's more than that, which is nice. But yeah, it is a lot of work, you know, around about 40 hours a week, and you don't really get all that much return on it. But, you know, it's partly a passion project as well, you know, in the sense that I am passionate about creating the content and making it work. But it doesn't, you know, between streaming as well as creating content on YouTube, it doesn't earn you a great deal of money in the beginning. And you've got to be sort of prepared for that as well. I love this plant, by the way. Little Fernie, he's the best. Yeah, I think the pink roof around the pool gives it that little pop. It was just looking a bit white. Yeah, it just sort of brings it together, right? I think that looks cool. And just like that'll have the water flowing down as well, and they look like little windows when you combine it with the fence, so I think that's going to look really awesome. It's coming together. It's coming together. I think this is really different from what I thought it would be, and that's okay. Also, I feel like I need some sort of something in behind here. There's a big space, but I'm thinking like maybe a tree or something again. If there's a space to fill, just put a tree in it. Ah, dear. But yeah, for anyone that is working a full-time job as well as doing content creation, I mean, mad respect right there. It's just, it's a lot of time and effort, and you've really got to be dedicated to it. Because yeah, anyone that does that, I'm fortunate that I'm not working as well. You know, just doing the full-time mum thing, but I mean, that's a full-time job as well, though, to be honest. Except for when the kids are at school, but, you know, when the kids are home and stuff. I am working. It ain't, you know, it's not like I don't get, you know, I don't have to do a lot of things in the day as well, and, you know, all that sort of thing. So, yeah. Still got a lot of bits and pieces that I need to do on top of you know, content creation. But it's not as hard as working a full-time job, I think, in doing it, for sure. Because I've got the advantage of being at home. So I can just kind of work around what I'm already doing. And make it work. Make it work, baby! Yeah, full-time mum is a full-time job. It really is. It really is. I mean, I take care of the whole household. So, yeah, it is a lot of extra work, but hey, it's fabulous work too. I don't know. I want that tree there. Maybe a different tree, but a tree would be good. It's amazing how much time it all takes, because it's all very well doing, like, making the content. Like, making the content is the easiest part of it all. But then, you know, you've got to edit it, and then you've got to do the thumbnails, you've got to do the description and like the SEO stuff, and you know, there's so much involved, and you got to, you know, put it out on social media and all that sort of thing. And you know, one video takes a lot of time by the time you've done all of those things. So, you know, it's a lot of effort. Just like the making of the video is the easy part. And it's the fun part. And then you've got all the work around it. Ooh, and that works with the, you know, all the plants in the little area, fills that space. I think that's quite nice. And provides a little shade back there. Just remembering we've got this other tree here that we've got to make big as well at some point. When I finish building around the back. Yeah, I want to have that sort of cute around there. Cute little flowery garden, you know? Maybe romantic for people to sit out there and have a romantic moment. We can still need to add lights too at some point. And also chairs on these tables. It looks like a secure tree. Oh yeah, it does a little bit. Being a house mum or dad is hard work as you're on call 24/7. Oh yeah, you absolutely are on call 24/7. It's I don't know, it's an interesting thing to kind of adjust to. Doing that full time. And it's still, you know, very much for me as well as a mum, just constantly battling the idea of value in that. You know, just like, you know, you're not contributing to the household financially necessarily, like I am to a degree, like a teeny bit, but you're not necessarily, you know, contributing to the household. That's something you kind of battle. You know, I'm someone that's always worked all my life, and then just when I had the kids, I did work sort of on and off part-time from home, but the last couple of years I haven't worked. I did some studying, and then have moved into content creation from there, which is obviously, you know, not the most lucrative thing in the early stages. And just battling with, and it's ever since I've been a mum, just battling with that whole, you know, should I go back to work and be, you know, providing for the family, and just really with the concept of the fact that I'm not financially necessarily, you know, helping pay all the bills and blah blah blah, and just feeling the lack of value in that. But there is such a value in it, and it's something that I just had to kind of wrap my head around as a mum, is understanding what that value is for the family, and that even if I'm not providing a lot of money coming in, I'm still doing something that is invaluable to the house. It's really it's a mental game, and just understanding or accepting that stuff as a mum, as a stay-at-home mum. In fact, it's a bit of a battle, tell ya. It's really hard to work around in your own mind when you've always kind of worked. And to this day, still a battle in my mind. Not gonna lie. I think we'll have a little sink, and I think we need a rubbish bin around here as well. Rainbow, unpaid work like caring for children allows the household to keep functioning, therefore adds as much value as someone going out to work. Well, that's exactly it. My husband doesn't have to do a great deal of the housework and that sort of thing. He does cook on the weekends, just gives me a little break, but other than that, I mean, he doesn't really need to do much in the way of housework or anything. He can come home and he can relax. Whereas, in a two income family like that, or a two, working family, where you've got both parents out of the house, you don't always get that luxury of being able to sit down and kind of relax. And I feel like, that at least my husband does get that advantage, because he does work really hard and does work long hours. So I like that he is able to actually do that. And then we have some time and energy on the weekend where we're not, doing chores and stuff. We're actually able to go out and do stuff as a family. So, there's little advantages to it that you have to remind yourself about, that it's not just about money. It's sometimes about the lifestyle and life choices and that sort of thing. Okay, I'm just going to have a quick 2-second break. I'm just going to turn the sound off because my groceries have arrived earlier than expected, so I'm just going to let the grocery guy in. So I'll be back in 2 secs, guys. Enjoy the lovely look of our build while I'm doing that. Be right back. Okay, back. There we go. Groceries have arrived a little early, but we've got them in the house. Now, I feel like we've done our barbecue area. We've got our cute little seating area there. I think we'll bring that down there. So let's see what else we need to do. Quick run around. Nothing like that to get you. Thank you. You missed me too much. Running around. But I feel like this is coming together really nicely. I've just got a random letterbox there. It's currently a residential, that's why. For playtesting purposes. So I feel like most of this exterior is kind of done. So we just need to do these outside areas. And I think we'll be pretty ready to move on to the inside. Which is pretty amazing. If that goes quickly enough, we might actually be able to finish this all today. Because I was going to build for another... until about 12 p.m. my time, which is another 50 minutes. It's going to go the 3 hours. You know, build for 3 hours. I thought that would be quite nice. So we might actually be able to finish. Because the outside came together a little quicker than I thought in this area here, because I wasn't quite sure what we were going to do. But we've worked it out. So, I don't know. Maybe we could have like a little seating table up here. If anybody else has any other suggestions for what we want to put on the outside up the top here, just let me know. But I thought maybe just some sweet little tables coming in. And I was thinking perhaps maybe a chess set. I mean, it's always have like nice to have like a little skill building, or alternatively, actually, you know what? Not chess sets. Maybe we could have. I was going to add a rubbish bin as well down in that area. Lounges, like lounge chairs, because I feel like they're more fitting for a pool area. So I'm thinking maybe a little bit of green around there. Might just keep it small. Cute. And then we can have some lounges. I think that'll work. While I remember, I'm going to do the rubbish bin. Also, I need a dumpster somewhere. Or some sort of exterior rubbish bin somewhere that I need to hide. Need to hide it somewhere. Would be ideal. Okay, I think in that corner there. Let's go. But I'm so delighted with how this is turning out. It's been a lot nicer than I thought it might have turned out to, and I think adding the fairy aspect of it is really actually helping. It's just something a little different, you know, and we can add all these like little pretty things, which I love. I love pretty things, so this makes me very happy. Rubbish bin, rubbish bin, rubbish bin. I always struggle with where to put rubbish bins where they don't look ugly. Oh, those are kind of floating. If you're not careful with some items, by the way, they will float between levels. So it might just be a case of readjusting them so they're not considered floating between the levels. I do get that quite a lot with the ivy when I'm building with the ivies as well, that they will kind of float between levels because you've got them sitting between levels. But it's very easy, yeah, to fix. It's just a matter of not having it. So like the ivy that we got with Enchanted by Nature, if I can find it. There it is. So, you know, like you might have that going up the wall like this, you know, for example, coming up the wall like that. So, you know, that's going to sit in between the levels. So if you are jumping up and down between levels, it does kind of float a little weirdly. So, yeah, with a little bit of maneuvering around, yeah, tweak its location and it would stop the, you know, stop the floating issue. It might not look as good, like in terms of the way that it's flowing down the building or whatever. But if you are annoyed by it sitting sort of kind of floating in the air, that's how you sort of fix that and adjust that. Just a little tweak and you'll be right as rain, I tells you. So maybe we could have like the recycling bins. I love these colored recycling bins. I think they're awesome. We got those with the for the businesses and hobbies pack, and I think they're fantastic. There we go. So we've got some outdoor bins there, kind of hidden away. There we go. And the fact that we can have like the different colors and stuff is just amazing. So around here, I do want to have like a different color. So we're going with maybe the grey and platform around there. Bark, and we need the seating. So we can measure out where our seats are going to go. And then that's our sort of our indoor-outdoor flow from our cafe. So we've got like a little cafe on the inside. So I think that's going to be cute. So I probably want to decorate this a little bit with maybe some plants or something as well. I think that'll be quite nice. You know, cute little cafe area. You can imagine just sort of sitting out here on a beautiful day and having a little cup of tea or something would be rather nice. Do I want to keep it secured off with maybe the fencing? Or maybe just the fencing on the corners? I think I'll just stick to the fences on the corner. I think that's quite nice. There we go. Lovely jubbly. Cool. Oh! My clear fencing's all gone for some reason. What happened there? Actually, my whole wall's disappeared, now that I think about it. Hang on. Oh no, that's the right height. Okay, that was weird. Randomly disappeared. Anywho, it's back again, so that's fine. Maybe when I did... Sometimes it does funny things when you do the fencing. I don't know. It is what it is. So I'm kind of thinking I might do like a little bit of... Just to break that up a little bit, you know? Break that up. With that. And then we do have the downstairs area, but I'm feeling pretty happy with the upstairs area. So let's just go down to, except for that bit there. I'm still not sure about what I want to do there. Don't know. Actually, you know what? Let's have a look in the Enchanted by Nature pack. Is there anything that would do the trick? I just feel like there needs to be a little tiny divide between here. Actually, you know what? Maybe I just need this half wall in beside here. Come to think of it. That might just do the trick. So if we drew like a little half wall in here. Too wide. It's too high. Okay, that's the right height there. Okay, we just do that, and we do that, and we do that. Boom, and we do that. Boom. And just like that, we have a little divider. Okay, problem solved. I solved the problem. Happy days. And we got our lovely flamingo tails, which I think is super cute. You know, they're super cool because they're flamingos. What if we did more flamingo tails over here as well? They're fun. That looks better. It does look better, right? It wasn't quite right. And, yeah. I mean, I could potentially put another plant there or something, but... Oh, maybe a chair. I feel like I've got enough plants running through there. I don't want another plant. That's my feeling on it. But we could potentially add, like, a little seat there at the back. Okay. I feel pretty happy with that. So let's go down into our basement level and see about adding in our pool down here. And this is just the idea behind this particular section of pool is that this was going to be a lap pool area. Now, can I add in a room down here? I was just thinking like a little changing room / shower area. That'll let me go under the stairs, and it will let me go under the stairs. Can I go one further wider? One wider? One further wider. English language. Good, Velvet. Good English language. And I might cut off those stairs so that we can have actually a proper room. There we go, with proper lighting. Proper room, proper lighting. Why isn't that coming up as a proper room? Okay, that is. We'll just leave that blank and behind the stairs, and we can maybe use that as storage or something if we needed to. Right, so we need, if we put in an archway, a little archway door. This one here, perfect. And then we can still keep our room integrity. Okay, maybe not that archway. That might not work. That will work, however. Coming in through that way, and then they can go straight through to our pool. There we go. As big as we can possibly get the pool. I mean, we don't need too much space in here. It's going to be like, you know, a little exercise area. And another little archway going in through there. What if we did another archway in through here? It's not going to be a properly lit room, but it can still work. And we've got our lighting. Let's do our fairy lighting. I always find sometimes with some of this beautiful decorative lighting, it does just sit that little bit too low, you know, in smaller height rooms, which can be a little frustrating because sometimes the Sims won't walk around particular areas just because it's too low. But you know what, shrinking down does help. I don't know if that's going to help the lighting in there. It is not. You know, I'm mostly inclined just to leave that closed off. We don't necessarily need it. We're just doing like a little locker room thing going on here. So maybe with a shower and a toilet, that would be all you kind of need. And then like a sink for washing your hands. Because if you go into the bathroom, I really, really hope you're washing your hands afterwards. Really, truly. So let's get our gender neutral door on there. Beautiful. There we are. So, tile. I love this retro Edwardian tile that we've got with the base game update a while ago. It's really, really nice. And I'm also in love with the hexagon one. So, you know, there's so many nice things I feel like in base game at the moment. For building. Like, you can build like, really nice stuff with the base game stuff. Very into it. Also, I love this Gilded Decadence tile, but maybe we could go like that and do like the giant hexagon. I think that's kind of nice. Kind of nice in there. And we need a wallpaper as well for inside. Ugh, I don't know. It's always a tough choice. One of my faves is this one here from the Rivia Retreat kit. Oh, it's such a beautiful tile, and I'm going to use it because it's just so beautiful. You know what we could possibly do in here is also repeat that in here, maybe. Oh, it fits perfectly. Yes, we can have water running all down the walls. Love it. You like that tile? I love this tile. When the Rivia Retreat kit first came out, I used it so much. Possibly overused it, possibly, but I loved it. I just thought it was amazing, and yeah, absolutely adored it and used it all the time. But you know what? It's just with any new thing that you have, you do calm down on it eventually, and I have calmed down on it eventually, but every now and then I go back to it and I'm just reminded of how freaking gorgeous that particular, you know, that particular tile is, and I'm just like, oh man, it's just so pretty, you know? Just so pretty. Wow. Okay. Okay. Just bringing a little bit of the, you know, the fairy into the room. You know, a little touch of fairy in here. Love it. So I'm going to do the blue sparkly pool. This is my favorite pool color, is from Get Together, the Swimming with Sparklies. It's just such a pretty pool color. And I'm also going to paint the pool. I think we'll go white and white. Just nice and simple. Well, no, that's not white. That's white. Down there. But I did want to paint in the pool lines. So there are some pool lines that you can do, and they are from the lap guides from Get Together. There's also a version that you can do, which is the illumination system, which does have a bit of a glow to it, which might be quite cool. But I don't really know how the lap guides are supposed to go in terms of where you should place them. But do the Sims actually? Here's a question: if you place the lap guides, do the Sims actually stick to them? I've never tried this out. As far as, do they actually stick to the lap guides? There's a question. I don't know the answer to it. But I'm curious if they are actually functional, because I've never tested it. You don't know either, Shaz? No, I don't know either. I don't know if they actually stick to it or what the dealio is with it. Also how they're supposed to really go, but I'm not going to add lap guides in because I actually don't know how they're supposed to go. I've zero idea. But let's add in some pool lighting. We'll add in some lighting because I do know how to place lighting. So that's fine. But yeah, for the lap guides, I really don't know if they're functional, or how they should actually look. I know they should be lines at the bottom of the pool for the swimmer to sort of follow as they're doing their laps, but actually physically how they're supposed to look, I don't know the answer to that because I haven't really specifically looked that up. I should look that up one time and then I'll know the answer, won't I, for next time I do this. Okay, we've got some beautiful lights coming out the wall. Just another little tip, if you are putting lights in a pool, for example, I'll show you in the other pool over here. So, you know, if you're, say, in this pool here and you want to put lights in and you're just like, you know, adding your lights in like this, please just do me a favor and go down a level and go down to your basement level, and it'll make it so much easier to place the lighting. It really does. It's just a little trick that I picked up a while ago, and it's just made such a difference to me when I'm placing pool lights, to actually do it from this side of things rather than doing it from the top level. So yeah, it does make it incredibly much more easier. So despite my bad English, incredibly much more easier, but it does. And yeah, just save yourself some time rather than fiddling around trying to get all your lighting even. Just go down that extra level and you'll be able to tell a lot easier if it's even or not, and you'll be a lot happier with how it's sitting. Although I've got to say, pool lighting can add up in terms of the cost. Like each of these lights costs 150 simoleons. You know, that adds up when you're adding in, like, say, I don't know, 20 odd lights. It ain't cheap to light a pool. I imagine it's not cheap to run a pool either, but it ain't cheap to light one. So we'll get our tile in. So I did a white tile on the wall and then a white tile on the floor. It's kind of got a pinky kind of glow to it, didn't it? There we go. So that's all lit up. So then we need to go over here and light this little dial up here. And we'll add in the same, consistently across the board, the same colours. There we go. Beautiful. Dun, dun, dun. So I think we once we finish that downstairs basement area, we can start moving up to our cafe and making that all pretty. Should be fun. And we also, in that area, we need like a little front desk thing going on too. So I need to just check into that and see how that's going to go. But we've got all our lighting for our pools. I haven't really done much in the other exterior lighting, but I might do that off camera. Also, we were going to put some lounges up here and I completely forgot. Lounges, perfectly, perfect. Also, I did forget about this area here as well. Seems there's a lot of areas that I forgot about. So this was going to be our indoor-outdoor creche. So this was going to be a creche here, and we're going to have like a little bit of outdoor flow here. So I think I might just add in a few cute little kitty things, so the kids can come out and play. And I do want to add the Enchanted by Nature dollhouse, which is just adorable. Love it. I'm sure there's going to be someone. I was building something. What was I building the other day? I was building a park the other day. And I did this little fairy house on the outside. And it was super cute. And the kid was like sitting there playing with it. And it was adorable. Like, look how cute this is on the inside. And then Agnes Crumplebottom came along. This is while I was playtesting. And this poor kid just watched as Agnes smashed up the dollhouse in front of him. And it just burst into tears and was so sad. But I love how this dollhouse is just all of the stuff that's in the game. I mean, how cool is that? How cool is that? Also, it's super cute when the fairies shrink down and play in it. Can I just say? Adorable. Also, we're going to use the new acorn toy box because, obviously, I know, Agnes is rough, man. She's a little force of nature, but yeah, Agnes was at it again. Always up to something, Agnes. Okay, let's see what we've got for kids here. So we've got a cute little mushroom. We've got a cute little dragon. Adorable. Anything else? Anything else? Desk, chair, bed. I mean, I'm not going to put a bed in or anything. Oh, yeah, the swing. I mean, would it be too much to put the swing on here? Oh, I think I can fit it. Will it go through the roof? Darn, it will. Oh, well, it was worth a try. It was worth a try. Little freezer bunny. Okay, I think that's all the actual Enchanted by Nature kids things besides the swing, which we can't fit in. Shaz, when I make a family lock like this one you're making, I always use the changing table that attaches to the wall. Yes, the one from Growing Together. Yeah, we should definitely do like a little family room. I'm just realizing all the walls in here are like glass, which is crazy. Yes, I really like that changing wall from that changing station from Growing Together. It's really handy and good and usable by the family. Okay, trying really carefully not to wreck my wall patterns because we worked so hard on the exterior walls. I do not want to wreck it. Because it looks pretty and I don't want to have to redo it again. Yeah, in the family bathroom. That's what I was thinking. We can have a family changing room. Because we need one. Which I think is going to be this one here. Oh, these windows. I tell ya, they just need to tweak some like these little tiny things. You know, they do make a difference. So we're going to, up here, we're going to have our gym. We're going to have a sauna. We're going to have a family changing room. So that'll have our diaper station in it. And we're going to have a creche as well. So we have a creche. This is going to be a very family-friendly pool. You know? It's going to be pretty and family-friendly all at once. Oh, we should put like a water balloon bucket down here in the little kids area. Oh, maybe they could go over... Oh, yeah, let's put it in the kids' area. That's fine. Now, we need some more cute things. You haven't finished working in the park you're on in Oasis Springs, Shaz? Oh, well, that's cool. You got some more fun to make and fun to do. Oh, what about the little campers table? That'll be fun. Oh, or the gaming table. You know, the llama table thing? That'll be fun. That'll be fun. Like a gaming table for the kids. Or a creative table. or both. A couple of like creative tables. You know, they're going to have so many activities. And I feel like if you wanted to run this as a small business, I feel like you could do that as well. You know, easily enough. I mean, we don't have to keep that slide there if we don't want the slide. So, you know, if you wanted to go that route and run this as a small business, I feel like you really actually could do that. Where is the don't wake the llama? Oh, there it is, right in front of me. Yeah, don't wake the llama table, and we've got, I think I'll get rid of the slide because we've already got a slide elsewhere. And I love this tent from, was it Dream Home Decorator? It's just so useful for kids because they can sleep in it and they can get their skills up in it, which is just absolutely fantastic. So I feel like kids would have a good time in that tent. And let's do maybe a little bit of a creative area, and then do maybe some seating in the middle or something. That would be cool. Family day out at the Fairy Water and Fitness Centre. Yeah, exactly. Yes, there's a pink one, which I knew. So I was like, I was specifically looking for that pink one as well because I knew it was there, and I wanted it. I wanted it. So we make it happen. Okay, so we've got creative zone there for the kids, and I might just like slip a little bin in there as well, just because. No, I'm gonna have a bin in the family room, so no, maybe I won't, because kids do make mess, but. That's fine. That'll work a treat. And anything else we should have for the children? Oh, a little marble ring. That would be quite cute. Marble ring. I can play marbles. And, oh, hopscotch, obviously. Hopscotch. Have a little hopscotch course. That would be amazing. Like, if I was here for the day as a kid, I would have so much fun here. There'd be so much to do, and you'd be like, right, I'm going to go play marbles, I'm going to do hopscotch, I'm going to play in that tent, I'm going to play with the toys, I'm going to do all of the things. It's going to be adorable. So, I love that for our kids. So, I'm going to finish the exterior before I get to the interior. I think I've got everything now, I think. She says, with some level of trepidation. Okay, so bringing back to our basement area. So this is our basement pool. So that's like kind of, you know, your kind of more adult fitness area. Not that kind of adult fitness area, but an adult fitness area. And we'll get my favorite ladder, which is the Marina's Pool ladder, which is from Riviera Retreat. So a couple of things there. Air brakes finishing, great. And for those that have just come in, I am streaming across 2 platforms today. So if you do hear me chitty-chatting away to someone and you're like, who are you talking to, Velvet? Well, let me tell you. This is the other chat, so don't worry about it. It's all good. But thank you for being here today. I hope you guys are having a good time hanging out with me while I do a little bit of building in The Sims 4. We are building a fairy pool complex, which I think is a lot of fun. I'm having a lot of fun with it. And just like finding creative ways to bring the fairy to a pool complex. It's such an interesting combination, but I feel like it's really working. And I'm enjoying myself a lot. So, yes. Now there is that in debug, maybe? I'm thinking the pool, you know there's a pool scooper thing? But I think it might be in debug. So that's in Island Living, if you are wondering where I'm getting this particular item from. Let's see how to find it. It's the only thing with, you know, debug and stuff is finding the item. Or is it under Get Together? Maybe it's Get Together actually. Hang on. Maybe I'm in the wrong pack. I think it might be Get Together because there was so much pool stuff in Get Together, which is surprising. Like I wouldn't, yeah, there it is, pool rescue equipment. I wouldn't have thought, when you look at Windenburg, you don't instantly go, hey, that's a really pool heavy, pool friendly, you know, pack, but it really, really is. There's a lot of pool stuff in it. Okay. There we go. We've got a pool rescue kit, and we've got our thingy. Those wall water features light up, right? A little bit, yeah. I think so. I mean, they're more sort of, yeah, kind of lit up. Like if I took the lights out of here, I don't know. A little bit. A little glowy, but I wouldn't go super glowy with it, but a little glowy. All right, we've got our wall feature area, rescue equipment, and oh man, I feel like we need some sort of water painting or sort of water feature-ish kind of painting. Yeah, they look good there, right? They feel like they should be there. We could maybe get the underwater photos from Island Living. Those would probably be quite good. There's always that, but it's not really watery, so I don't feel like... That's the backsplash from Enchanted by Nature. It's gorgeous. I love it. It is really pretty. It's not overly watery though, so maybe not on theme, but still really nice. Snowflake, mountains, sun. Okay, let's go into debug, live edit, and Island Living. There we go. The only problem with these is they've got the black frames, which don't overly go with the room, but they're not too bad. So a nice abstract would be quite nice without, you know, without the black frame. But it is what it is. I'm just being fussy. That one there. Beautiful underwater scenes. There we are. Okay, then moving on to our bathroom. Let's get our bathroom underway. So we're just going to have a... I mean, technically I could probably do this like this and then add in a bath, shower, and toilet in the one room. No, not a bath. A shower and a toilet in one room. And that would work quite nicely. They look good? They look good. That's good. So... I think I'll do a different tile in the actual bathroom. We could maybe do the little tile from Growing Together. But maybe something with a pattern. Can you do the Home Chef Hustle one? What are we going to do? Oh, we can do Sleek Bathroom. Sleek Bathroom. You are the winner. Every time, the Sleek Bathroom kit's the winner, right? I feel like if I go the bathroom stuff from Enchanted by Nature, it's just going to look weird in here. I really think that's going to look a little bit weird, just because I've gone a little bit modern in the setting there. Yeah, I think that's going to be a little weird. So let's go Sleek Bathroom instead. So, go that, and Sleek Bathroom, come on down. We've got lots of fairy stuff everywhere, but I feel like in this instance that it might look just a tad out of place. So we don't want that, do we? Go that way. I don't know which is going to be better. Might run the shower and then the toilet across from there. Is that going to be a little bit awkward? Hang on, I'm going to see whether or not that is usable first. No. I did wonder that. Okay, once we've play tested that, toilet next to the sink. Did she wash her hands? I need to just check that this spacing works, okay? Okay, it doesn't. Alright, that should, I think, work. So I think she should be able to wash her hands. There we go. And use the toilet. And have a shower. And there we go. Okay, perfect. Okay. Exactly like you envisioned it. Alright, perfect. Okay, Test Fairy, get yourself out of here, my dear. Instantly fly there. And poof! There we are. I love instantly flying. It's so fun. So if we just reflect that on the side, then we should be good. So door there, so the shower goes opposite the door, and then the toilet goes there, and then the sink goes there. Perfect. Love it. Working a treat. Wonder if I could get away with the lovely mirror from Enchanted by Nature with the green. I think we could maybe get away with that in there. Just bring in a little bit of the nature in there. Oh, my tummy's grumbling. Have some more Coke. Thank you, I will save. Hot tip for you, always save to your library when you're building. It'll save you more times than you know, because the amount of times that I go to save from the options menu and go save, and then the game freezes. Because I've saved to the library first, it means that I have saved to the library and it's safe in there, and then it doesn't matter if the game crashes. So I always like to try and save to the library very frequently as I'm building, just to cover my butt in case something goes wrong. And you know, if you've played The Sims long enough, you're gonna know that something might go wrong. It's very, very handy to do that little tricksy trick. And yeah, I suggest it to anyone who is not in the habit of doing that. It's a really good habit to build and to do frequently, because it will make a difference. And it's that one time, you know, it just takes one time for it to happen, and you're just like, oh my gosh, I'm so glad I saved to my library first. And then you're like, yeah, that is the way to go. I mean, I don't need to get too fancy in here. I mean, I just wish, like, I love the sleek bathroom kit. It is an amazing kit. But I wish there had been like little hanging hand towels. Like, there needed to be more hanging items. And it's also not yet sorted into the accent section as well. But anyway, that's a whole other gripe. But yeah, I do wish that there had been some more hanging stuff in that pack rather than the flat ones. But I do love that we got the towel stand and everything. I think that's great. I love the fact that we got the towel stand, and I'm really happy with what we've got. And I know that, you know, kits are kind of limited in what you can do and how much space you have for things, but a hanging hand towel would have been amazing. They didn't put hand or shower towels. No, I think the shower towel I could kind of forgive a little bit more, just because we got the freestanding towel rack with that. So I don't feel like that's as bad, you know, from that perspective. But from the hand towel thing, it just must have been, I don't know, that's just a bit of a weird one for me. I feel like I should put some lockers in here. Like, it would make sense to put a locker down here, right? So I'm going to do that. Get a locker on there. See what's up. There we go. And we're going to wrap up in about 10 minutes. There we go. Perfect. Some lockers and maybe some mirrors going in here as well. Lockers there. That's good. So wrapping up in about 10 minutes, because my tummy is grumbling. I'm getting really hungry. It's getting to lunchtime, and I need my tucker. Otherwise, little Velvet's going to get very grouchy very quickly. So it's been a lot of fun, and I hope you guys have had some fun as well. We've got one level of the inside done. We've got the entirety of the outside done, aside from a bit of lighting and some terrain paint. So, you know, that's going really well. So we've just got a little tiny bit left to do on the interior, but probably enough to maybe take another, I don't know how long it's going to take, actually, to be fair. But that's fine. We'll see. We've got 10 minutes. Let's see how much I can get done in 10 minutes. So this is going to be our front desk and coffee area. So this is our little barista area. We've already got that sectioned off as far as, you know, the employee area. That's what I was trying to say. The employee area is kind of all sectioned off there, which is cool. And I'll do another little coffee maker over there. Love it. Oh, I'm going to use the Cozy Bistro one because it's the nicest coffee maker. Oh, and you know what I'm going to use up on the wall? Is the kitchen clutter kit. There's like a little coffee thing. And it's got some pink. Look at that. Isn't that great? I should probably have a menu of some sort somewhere as well. Unless you're building a lush bathroom, you don't use the towel stand. Yeah, you need to have a nap, Lash Chaz. Fair enough. We'll let you have your nap very soon. Let you have your nap. So I need a front desk coming in here, and then that's going to be our platform area going out. So I don't think there's going to be too much down here. There's not a lot of room for, you know, for a whole lot of stuff down here. So I'm not going to go overboard on that. And what have we had? Actually, oh, I had an idea. What if we did like a little bit of the stone area here and the stone area? Oh, yes! And the stone area up here. Oh, that's better. That makes me happier. Yes. Sometimes you just need that moment of clarity and you just go, oh yeah, that's what we should do. And I think I'll do like a feature colored wall over here in the pink. Because we need to bring it like, you know, a little bit of the pink in there. Much better, right? Much better. Like, less dull. I feel like that works a treat. No, wrong vibe. The thing is with the Enchanted by Nature pack is there actually isn't a lot of pink. in the wallpapers, unfortunately. Like, there's one wallpaper that kind of has pink, and that's it. Like, there's pinkish tones in that one, but that's probably not quite the right vibe. I think that's kind of going to go there, and that's our whole employee area. So I did need a desk, but fortunately for us, we've got a desk that comes with the Enchanted by Nature pack. So yay! And bring that forward one. And we'll have like a little chair. Yes, gorgeous. And we do need a PC in here. Comfy gamer in pink. Brilliant. Love that. And I feel like we need some sort of sign up here. There is like a sign that comes with Grown Together, which has like a whole lot of activities on it, I think. Yeah, the recreation wall sign. Which is quite good. But that's like kind of like an assorted sign, and then you can have maybe a little TV up on the wall. And a security camera. Don't know what it's under. If it's under security camera or what it is. What is under that? Security camera as well. Because, you know, security, very important. There we are. And we'll do our lovely lighting. And I will add some, like, maybe a couple of benches around here as well. And maybe a bin in behind the back of it is too. Oh, and maybe some magazines by our seats. I feel like that would make sense. Okay, we've got a little rubbish bin in behind there, and I really do want a menu, but I've got a whole lot of glass behind there. Maybe we just make this not glass. Get rid of that. Okay, I feel like that might be a little smarter. Employees have got a gate to get behind the coffee bar. So don't you worry about it, Shaz. I already thought about that one. So there's actually a gate there, so they'll be able to get behind there. That is a gate. See? It's absolutely fine. They can get behind there just okay. Yep, that's a gate. I sneaked it. I was very sneaky and put a gate in there. That's okay. I figured that was where you'd sort of gone with that, but I had snuck a little gate in there just to be very tricksy. Because I thought, you know, the employees might actually be able to, like to be able to get behind there, probably. Menus, oh, there's like the Cozy Bistro menu as well, isn't there? Let's have a look at that one. Cozy Bistro. What's that big one? Yeah, not really what I wanted. I know there's like stuff under chalk. There we go. That's what I wanted. Chalk one. Just slightly smaller. Like the other one is quite large, but this one is a little bit smaller and a little bit more like we're after. Now it is a little dark in here because I took out the lights and got distracted halfway through putting them back in. Like a true champion. So there we go. Lights and lights. Actually, no, never mind. I was going to put the... Just thinking about putting the desk back further in this area, but we've got to be able to get up the stairs as well. So this is kind of going to be like a traffic area. So I think like a little bit of seating around there would do. You'd love this little cafe area. I think it's cute, right? I love the... I like how we've kind of gone white and green, but we've got little hints of pink still in here. So I feel like that's okay. I feel like we're still getting, you know, digging into our little pink theme here, which is nice. But there's some stuff I wish we did have pink in with the Enchanted by Nature pack, and that we don't, like the tables and chairs and stuff. Would be rather handy, but hey, we don't, so that's fine. We'll just have to live without it. Yeah, cute little seating there, and what if we added like a pink plant? Pink little plant in there. Add a little touch of pink. We could almost go pink in this wall as well, if we wanted to. I think, is there a pink version? Oh no, there isn't. I thought there was, because there's... Oh yeah, there is. I thought there was. Because there's a pink fireplace, and it matched that. So that's why I kind of thought that. There we are. There's one that's blue and pink. Oh, the chair. It's this one here. Is that one the one you mean? Because it's kind of red, and there's like a purplish one. But there isn't really anything that's blue and pink. Oh, or do you mean the plant? Actually, that works better. So I just need a little bit of seating, and then we're going to wrap up for the stream. So I can go and eat. I know, how selfish of me, needing to go and eat. Like, rude, Velvet. How dare you? How dare, Velvet. Shocking behaviour. Cute little plant there, and I'm thinking like maybe another repeat over there. You're welcome. I'm glad that you could come along, Shaz, and hang out. You've been very helpful with suggestions and whatnot, so much appreciated. And I hope you enjoy a nice nap. I've tired you out, and now it's time for a napsies. The other option is we can do the little pink rug. Wrong pink. That's not what I was going to do anyhow. I was going to do the... Can't find anything for looking today. This rug. And on the bottom there. There we go. Add a little pop of pink as well. I mean, we might decorate it up a little bit more, but I think it's pretty good. And thank you. I will enjoy my lunch. I will very much enjoy my lunch. I'm looking forward to my food and watching a little bit of Scrap Heap Challenge, which I'm very excited to watch. I've been really enjoying it. I wonder if that'll block that off if I put that there. I feel like it will. Oh, there's never a good place for a rubbish bin. Just put it back where it was. Never a good place for a rubbish bin, but maybe we could add in like a cup of tea maker. Oops, that's the wrong one. Tea. And maybe some treats. Candy maker. Why not? Just for fun. It's lunch. Yeah, it is lunchtime. Getting that way. Alright, so that means next time around we're going to be building. We're going to be finishing off the top 2 levels, which shouldn't take too long, and then we can get started. I mean, we might have some other fiddly bits and pieces and some play testing to do, so it might take a little while. But I feel like our fairy pool complex is coming along really nicely. It's looking cool. I wish I had some better lighting, but I don't, so that's fine. Let's just give it a save. And yeah, thank you everybody for coming along today and hanging out with me. It's greatly appreciated. And yeah, and thank you Muir for the raid. That was amazing. Always always appreciated there as well. So I'm just going to see if there's anybody for us to raid out to for this afternoon. I'm not too sure on who's on. And not too many playing at the moment. The Sims. So I'm gonna wish everybody a good day. I don't think I'm gonna raid out today, so thank you for being here, and I'm gonna be back tomorrow same time, so 9 AM New Zealand time, and we're gonna be playing the Very Veggie Challenge. So that'll be a lot of fun. It'll be chaos, and we're trying to finish the carrot generation. So cross your fingers, we become ultimate champions. That would be great. Thanks guys. Catch you next time. Bye.